Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Yes, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Sal in the building. This is episode 248. You're watching the American Investor Show. Thank you for tuning in. You know, we just really got started talking about crypto and stuff like that. I'm not, trying to take anybody's spotlight. I'm not trying to be the man in the game or anything like that. I'm just another person who has been caught up in this mania that is Bitcoin. Today was my first day that I actually took a considerable amount of time trying to trade Bitcoin on a platform called GDAX. If you don't know what GDAX is basically a trading platform for Bitcoin, Litecoin, as well as Ethereum, or I know I keep fucking the name of that one up. ETH. I'm just going to say ETH. They definitely have different levels of liquidity. They're all three of them pretty liquid during the market day. But if you go on it now, you see it's clearly a difference in liquidity that's overwhelmingly in favor of Bitcoin. Overwhelmingly in favor of Bitcoin. It actually worked out pretty good. I mean, made only $25, but shit, it was $25. I didn't want to spend too much. I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. I don't know really what this is. And, but the more and more I get comfortable with it, I do see now how you can make money kind of going in and out and playing the pullbacks. And the pullbacks in Bitcoin aren't even really pullbacks. It's like momentary. I mean, it's just so, it's something I gotta do it. I wish there was a paper trade version. Yeah, it's 24 hours. I wish there was a paper version so I could find a strategy, because right now it's very much almost like what's that? They used to be all over and then they still are. God, it was a scam that they used to post like crazy. What's that brokerage house, guys? You guys know what I'm talking about, where you have to guess or answer a question, yes or no, and then you got to watch the ball and binary options. Binary options. That's how it feels. It feels like you're trading binary options. Yeah, Nadex. That's how it feels. All right. So spend some time doing that. But we know that the money, all right, the money that you can make and have been able to make now for well over 400 years, the stock market, I don't know, I think we're pulling back a little bit here. A little bit, it was pretty uneventful. We had a few, runners today, some runners that we haven't seen in a while. A stock that I was really excited about, GALT. I brought that up yesterday. I said GALT could be a winner today. I brought that up yesterday on the show, and sure enough, it was. It was a winner, GALT. Didn't hang around too long because, again, I was really excited about what was going on in the Bitcoin space this morning when we practically almost touched 20,000. It kind of took my attention away. But when I got the alert there on GALT, as I mentioned, I was looking for the 175 breakout, and I got the alert. And when it hit, my trade got triggered, and I was off to the races, man. It was off to the races and GALT. So I was really excited about that, and was able to get a gain on GALT today. So that was nice. So, but I'm out of GALT. I was looking for the 175, trying to get the 193. I got a little greedy. And held. I got a little greedy and held and ended up selling at about 210, 209 actually. But, it is what it is. Nice play on GALT. I was not expecting GALT to perform like that today. I wasn't expecting that. It was a big mover. And what a play. What's going on, George M? James Cade, Parker Mills, silver by the ounce. Stockafella, Life for a Biz, SC Trucker, what's up, man? Repay, Michael B. Who else is in here? DPG, Luke Ave, NQ Gaming, Free Ride, Gerardo, Parker Mills, Artie Buckley, Gucci. All you guys, man. Shout out to all you guys in the chat room right now and watching in the future. All right. Appreciate that. What other trades you guys were looking at right now? Shout out to, we were just talking about shippers last night. And come now, after hours, GLBS is up practically 60% right now. GLBS, surprise earnings winner right now. After hours, we're at 217 on the ask. We're at 217 GLB ask right now. GLBS came out. They basically said they improved earnings. Previous to last year, revenue is up 63%. In 2017, they had a debt and under some loan agreements was reduced about 36% compared to 2016. Total revenues are higher. Losses are down. Let me see here. Number of vessels. Okay, so it looks like they got rid of one ship. All right. Average operating expenses per vessel per day. All right, slightly higher. But they're definitely getting more time out per ship working. So a lot of improvements on GLBS. This is really great news for a sector that, most people kind of think is just pumping and dumping, So let's see how this plays out tomorrow. But overall, really good numbers for GLBS. That's very impressive on the revenue increase side. That's very, very impressive. But as you can see through the earnings announcement, they're getting more time per ship. So they're getting business. And we'll see if it carries over. Silver by the ounce. We'll see if it carries over to the other teams in the sector. DCIX, Dries, which was really interesting. Dries, again, low float, still hanging up there. So you got some commitment in Dries out there, which is really surprising to me. Another one that we forget to talk about a lot, Ship, relatively low float as well. On Ship, here's a one that can really, get exploding higher when some great news comes out on Ship. Been pretty quiet lately though. Said SEAC up after hours as well. Didn't catch this move here on that today. What drove that higher? I do see here that was also SEAC, what drove that higher today? Up 23%. Yeah, there were so many winners today, man. I mean, this was a 23% gainer, and it's barely in the top 10. It was number 8. Let me see here. So nice play on that VKTX. That was another one that had a nice day today, up 23% on VKTX. This one is one that, I've been watching, but I didn't know what was going on. Probably could move this now a little bit lower, but that trend line is pretty much jacked up. I'll probably delete that. But nice move on VKTX, up 23%. They announced a public offering. What was that? That was yesterday. They announced the public offering yesterday. I don't know if Bat Scientist is in the building, but that's definitely one of his type of plays on VKTX. So let's see if any kind of good news could be coming out of that. That is definitely a stock that has had a trend change. Over the last 90 days, as you can see here, since about September, VKTX, basically broke its range, and now it's, and territory it hasn't seen since 2016. You got to go all the way back to, what is that, January 13 of 2016 to see where VKTX is right now. So, nice move over the last, 60, 90 days on VKTX. All right, what else we got here? I'm actually going to watch that too. I'm going to put that on my watch list here to watch VKTX. Biotech play offering earnings at a very interesting spot. I mean, doing an offering at a very interesting time right now. So something could be up there. Probably going to have to take some time to read what they've been working on because they're offering shares at a very unique time. WAC. This is one we kind of shitted on the other day, right? We kind of shitted on this stock the other day. We had some people in the chat room shitting on WAC. It's dirt cheap. Look, they came out with some news today. Summary of requests for WAC to hire some attorneys. All right, so they're going to be filing. They did file bankruptcy. All right, so WAC filed bankruptcy on December 1st in District Court of New York. All right, so WAC has filed bankruptcy. Looks like they haven't gotten the queue yet, but they will be getting the queue. I figure when those filings are picked up by the SEC, I mean, obviously they should be already, but they're going to get that queue sooner or later. We're going to give it to them now on WAC. All right. EIX. Don't know anything about this one, R.W. Perry. Don't know anything about EIX. I know your Dollar Tree. Yeah, it's very interesting on Dollar Tree. Let me take this line. What's the old one? Whoa, that would have been a nice trade from 81. I forgot about Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, this is one of those stocks where, some people say businesses like that are recession proof. In fact, if we can go back in time, can I go back that far? All right, it looks like they had a reverse split. It looks like I can only go back to 2010. But if we could go back on Dollar Tree, you may remember this was one of the businesses that was actually doing pretty well during the recession. They're considered recession-proof businesses because they are businesses when things go, poorly for the economy and people who don't have much money, they become, businesses that people frequent. They end up going to more dollar stores and looking for bargains to extend, their money. So Dollar Tree running nicely here. Figure out what's going to be going on lately with the business. But obviously, if we do see a market downturn or any kind of recession to happen, this is kind of one of those stocks you want to be in. Yeah. Yes, it's so funny you bring up Gold. I want to talk about that today as well. The guy who wrote, I mean, he's a huge bear. I mean, he's a huge bear, and he's kind of like the guy who called the housing crisis. He wrote the book, The New Case for Gold. You can Google his name, but he came out and had an interview. In fact, I want to look it up because I need to know the new case for gold. And what was that? What's that guy's name? James Ricard. Yeah, there it is, James Ricard. And he came out and basically tried to shit on Bitcoin. I think that interview was either today or yesterday. And basically he said, well, Bitcoin has never been through a recession. Bitcoin was created in 2009, and that, if we get into Bitcoin now and a recession happens, that Bitcoin will fall apart because it's never been through something like that. And has Bitcoin been tested, and that the price is going up because it's a scam, and they're padding the. He threw out a lot of arguments out there. That I hope over the course of the next several days, we start to hear some people respond with some real concrete, concrete. What's the word for that I'm looking for? Real challenges to what he mentioned. That'd be really interesting to see. Yeah, Peter Schiff was another guy. Peter Schiff is another guy who's shitting on Bitcoin. But again, these guys are very biased. They both have, huge interest in these, companies that sell people gold, that sell people physical gold. So look, they're biased. So, take their point of view with a grain of salt. Let's keep it going. What else was running today? But I love that. I love that move on Dollar Tree. I think, where is it trading at? Oh, wow, just 20 times earnings. That's solid move for Dollar Tree, and decent PE. All right, decent PE as well. Check the balance sheet, but I have no doubt they're profitable. All right, no doubt. And I don't believe they're a franchise. I'm not sure on that. But I don't believe Dollar Tree is a franchise. It may be, though. It may be. I don't know if anybody's been taking advantage of that $75 call that I've been telling you guys on PayPal. I want you guys to be on PayPal. The $75 call, I've been preaching about that for the last, 2 or 3 shows now. The $75 call, January 19th, 2018. It's going for, the ask right now is $2.41. So one contract is $240. Going well. Everything's going well right now. I think, it's going to be a solid in the money play by January 19th. I have just no doubt that PayPal is going to have an incredible run into Christmas Day, into strong month, into January, and we should be sitting by then, hopefully. By then, sitting on a PayPal that's broken out from that high set up there at 78.98 last week. All right, so yeah, take advantage of that $75 call right now, going for only $2.41 right now on PayPal. And I think PayPal is one to look for, next year as well. So I'm already looking at some of those January, let me see here, 2019. I'm waiting to see a little bit more liquidity on some of those higher ones. An in the money call right now on PayPal it's pretty expensive. I mean, I'm seeing, $18, $19, $20 on some of those deeper in the money calls. So I might be willing to go out the money on that just to see what could happen. I'm seeing already some of those $80 calls. Got a ton of open interest on the $80 calls right now, only $7.90 on PayPal. And again, this is January 18, 2019. You got a whole year to sit on this one. I would have loved to have been on some of those January 2018 NVIDIA calls if I was, smarter and more engaged in what was going on in some of those IT plays or technology plays, period. All right. They say if you don't physically hold, then you don't really own it. Gold and silver. Yeah, I think gold has, the same questions when you ask what value does gold have, what value does Bitcoin have. You got to ask the same thing for gold. I mean, what value does gold have? Besides when we talk about historical context, yeah. Other than that, I mean, it's a lump of gold. You know what I'm saying? It's a lump of gold, but it's got a lot of history behind it. And yeah, there are people around the world who have the belief that it has value, and those similar ideas should extend to Bitcoin. Same thing, you know. And I think it's this new generation's gold, and it is what it is. What's going on, Poker Pro? You said you're out SPI. I'm glad you're out of that, man. I didn't honestly know what you saw in SPI. SPI Energy was a former OTC play, traded on OTC markets for several years. You can just Google SPI Energy OTC markets. You'll see previous pump and dumps that they did. I didn't know what you saw in that. I didn't know this is a company that has no business trading on an exchange like the Nasdaq. There's no business. OBD listed, and they'll head right back to OTC markets. So I'm glad you're out of that, because it's not, it's always been kind of one of those plays where it's just a paper ATM for the owners and people involved. What's going on, James? Let's look at GLBR. GLBR, global brokerage. 188% gain on global brokerage. Give them the monster kill. Jesus, man, what's going on with GLBS? Man, that's a scary looking chart, right? Look at that. That's a scary ass intraday chart, man. That's a scary ass chart. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, because I'm looking at this chart and I don't know if I would have had the stomach to, let's say you got into at 60 and you watched it go all the way back to 40. I mean, who would have had the balls to hold that? But sure enough, as you see here, you had some buying that was able to see it as a possible dip buy opportunity. I won't say this was a squeeze, because the stock is very, very cheap. 250 rule. I don't know if you would have even gone short that stock. But by the way the candlestick looks, it possibly could have been. And you had some. It looks like somebody was had to run and cover, because I'm seeing a lot of running and covering type of action here post 2 o'clock. GLBR. All right, global brokerage, investment banking and brokerage services is the company. All right, we'll see if it holds tomorrow. 72 cents. Where are we after hours on GLBS? Where are we after hours? After hours, okay. So not much. Ask is at 85, bid at 75. We'll see if it holds. Legendary 8s, you're calling it a sell? Let's take a look at vape. I think marijuana had a really good week. Marijuana has had a really good week. It had a really good week last week as well. I don't understand where this run is coming from. I know, California's now, not California, what's the states? Florida's given out some licenses. A lot more licenses now. They've released or lowered the hold times on getting those licenses. Vape is one of those companies I honestly don't know much about. Stock sold off here, down 17% today on the VAPE. And looking at the chart, I mean, it's held pretty well. So not sure what's going on here. Last couple of days, those you see here, 3 days of red right now on vape. So this could be the end of whatever's been going on right now in marijuana for this particular stock. Still some stocks. OWCP, which was a huge runner earlier in the year. OWCP was a huge runner earlier in the year. Had some guys who wouldn't dare touch a OTC stock all of a sudden wanting some piece of OWCP. But, we have some that just got, unfortunately has been left behind. MGNA, MCOA, some of them that just got left behind. TRTC. So whatever's been going on hasn't extended to all of them. Hasn't even extended to the more popular ones. One stock I'm watching is just holding very, very well is Kush Bottles. You guys know how I feel about Kush Bottles, doing really well, and bringing in some new interesting capital into the stock. And this is once a company that 80,000 shares daily was a good day for the stock. Now you're at about 260. Average about 300, so nice little interest coming in into Kush Bottles. What's going on, Woody Wright? Let's look at UBIA. UBIA, yeah, blockchain company, right? Blockchain stock. Let me see here on this UBIA. This was one of the companies I should have wrote about on my website. I just haven't gotten to it yet, and that's just because the volume just isn't there. And is it because of the price? More than likely, but it's got an incredibly low float, very strong price structure or share structure, maybe too good for this marketplace, OTC markets. I don't know if they're well capitalized that they may want to uplist, but trading at $7.95 with what is that? I think they have less than 30 million outstanding. I think the float is less than 2 or 3. So they have the share structure to do it. I don't know if they have the capital to do it. But UBIA, blockchain stock again. You're gonna have to go and look into the filings. I'm already looking at it. I'm very kind of suspicious. They got a $200 million market cap. Trading View is giving them a PE of 98. I'm curious. I want to take a quick look at the 10K, and we can just look at the cash on hand. And let's see here. Cash on hand. Okay, yeah, $15,000. All right, so they got $130 million market cap, and they've got $15,000 in cash, according to this recently released 10K. Total assets 1.3. Oh, excuse me. Total assets of 1.9. They're adding in something else. Where are they adding in? What are they adding? Total other assets. That could be anything. You'd have to read that. With total other assets, 585,000. That, yeah. What could that be? But anyway, still, total assets 1.9. Liabilities, accumulated deficit overall for the company is about 6.3 million. So they must have not been engaged for a long. Okay, yeah. So obviously, you pull back the chart, they haven't been around for that long. Total deficit's only 6.3. Revenue 0. So it's a non-revenue generating entity. They got no revenues, all expenses. Lost 1.8 this year so far. So yeah, it's a pump. It's a pump. Yeah, but again, with that kind of share structure, it's too scary to short. It's too scary to short. They'll blow you out quick. A good 50K, 100K on that, on on the bid will blow you out. As you can see, it only trades a couple 10, 20,000 daily. Barker Mills, you said you have 5 million shares of RFMK. Rapid Fire Marketing. Rapid Fire Marketing. Let me read a little bit about that. RFMK. The name is familiar, but I just want to get the business down. RFMK. All right, so it's a stop sign. Are they putting out any recent news? All right, November 7th. All right, so they put something out there last month. All right, so somebody's still around. That's good. Somebody's still around. Company profile. Let's take a look at it. It's a 000. It's a 000. 000 stock. It is what it is. All right, rapid fire marketing involved in 3 sectors. Reseller of herbal vaporizers. Also into industrial hemp farming. Companies required some land lease. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. What you guys know what it is? It's a lottery ticket. And if he gets his number called, and this, undergoes a pump, who knows what can happen? Yeah, MJ play. Yeah, the volume on that DPG was a joke. You're right. On that Bitcoin play. SAGE, Sage Therapeutics, up 70%. Looks like they presented something today at a healthcare conference. Not sure what would generate that kind of move, though, Sage. What would generate that kind of news? You're going to have to let me know. Caller 972, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up with you, man?
Nah, not much, man. Just want to let you know straight up, you're doing a good job. I've been watching you for like the last 4 months, okay. And I have like increased my knowledge like dumb, yo.
Appreciate it, man.
No worries.
Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you're learning something, man. That's what it's about. It's me, forcing myself with this show to stay abreast of what's going on in the market, really understanding, financials, finances, trends, all that stuff. And then you guys, who are the beginners that I really want to get into the space to increase the liquidity, it all comes in a circle and helps us all out. So absolutely, man. I appreciate those kind words for us. You got a stock for us?
Yeah, okay. So a couple months back, and I'm going to call you out real quick. I love you, but I'm going to call you out real quick.
Okay.
A couple of shows you said something about, nobody said anything about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
A couple of your viewers came in and was like, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. You was like, nah, I ain't riding with it.
Yeah.
A couple of shows ago, I think like the last 3 days, I started watching your shows live. So I watched that episode, and you was like, nah, nobody said nothing about it. For all the viewers out there, y'all said something, but you weren't with the boat right now.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
You with it, but since you said that, all the say like the OTC pink stocks that were or are associated to Bitcoin,
mm-hmm.
Check them out. One of them specifically is ARSC, and that stock, it fluctuates between like 50 cents and then it shoots up to $1
mm-hmm.
every week. And you, like myself, watch old Sykes Boy, so with the right amount with a good position going into a play like him, a stock like that, you can make a good bit of change within a day's move or a week's move. So that's my outlook for the show, I guess.
Okay. All right. We'll definitely talk about it, man. Appreciate you. But you're absolutely right, man. Guys, I checked me on that yesterday's show, and you're right. I mean, there were guys coming in the chat room around February, March, talking about Bitcoin. at 1,200, 1,300, and I wasn't with it. You're absolutely right, and I regret that. I absolutely regret that. But again, doing my research and seeing what the technology can really do, I think I'm looking now. My mindset is I'm still in early, man. That's what it is. That's how I feel right now. I'm still in early, and I'm just not gonna beat myself on the fact that I wasn't in from January or 2010 or 2011. I'm in now, and I still think this is the beginning of something amazing. So we'll see.
Okay, I got one more thing for you.
Go ahead.
Like I was watching what you said about the Bitcoin 2X. I hope they get in contact with old boy, because shit, 17 hours, then you ain't contact your man. That's a long time.
Yeah.
But this one particular one is it's SC. That's the altcoin ticker symbol, I guess.
Okay.
And
SC. Okay, yeah, the Siacoin, right? Is that the Siacoin?
Yeah.
Man, look. Oh my God. Dude, that's so crazy. I was looking at Siacoin today. Oh shit. All right, this must be God talking to me. Siacoin, I love Siacoin because it's all about the cloud. It's all about the cloud, and they have a really interesting business where they allow you to store as much as about 1 terabyte of data for about 1/10 of what it would cost you to do it on Amazon's S3 platform or Google's platform. I mean, it's an incredible idea that they have, and I haven't seen yet someone actually deploy something on it, but that's an incredible amount of data, for dirt cheap, and I can see it being used for positive ways as well as nefarious ways, because I can see a website like Pirate Bay moving to this platform and being able to store the millions of data in terms of these torrents on that platform, so that if you wanted to create a torrent, load it, connect it to your end, you basically be invisible to anyone else out there. So it's incredible thing that they have. I just need to find out more and learn more. But you're right on that, and to be taking a look at that. There are a few other competitors. One of them is called, I don't know, it's got some clarity because they're not really clear about their agenda, but one is EOS Coin.
Yeah.
That's similar, but not exactly. Similar, but not exactly.
But yeah.
But yeah,
this one is good.
This is good.
This is what I found interesting, and this is what I contemplated with myself. The company's been around since 2013, so they have established some kind of footprint for themselves in the time that they've been around. And to be competing with these top names, if they don't catch up, and in the how we're living today, somebody's going to probably, your competitor's coming up to you, we're going to try to buy you out. And either way, you're going to make money off of a stock for a penny, or a coin for a penny. So it's a win-win how I calculated it in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. You're basically saying just go in now, and just because of the mania and a little bit of time, getting at 2 cents is the probability is very high for us just to get even to a penny. I see what you're saying, and that's actually, I mean, that's true. I mean, look at some of the people in IOTA. I mean, looking at what IOTA did over the last couple of days. So I see what you're saying. I mean, just time, a little bit of discipline, and a little bit of attention can definitely help, get the coin to, to some higher levels. So we'll see, man, and I'll keep looking at it. Again, I need to do more research on this coin, and I don't like the fact that the supply is a bit heavy. There's already 31 billion coins out there. I mean, God, I hate when there's just so many damn coins out there, because, when there are a lot of coins out there, it's hard to create a group of people who are going to be like, okay, I'm down, because even if you have 30, 40, even 100, 200 guys who are like, okay, I'm going to buy and hold, if the shit starts selling off, it's hard to keep, it's hard to keep everything together. So we'll see. But the technology, again, when it becomes a little bit more clear, that's going to make things work. But we'll figure it out. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call.
You have a good one.
All right, you too. So, yeah, man, with all of these coins, man, some of them are more, game-changing than others. I mean, some of them you can just read the website and you can just tell it's full of shit. And there's one, what's the name of that coin? I know somebody here knows it. That's all about the tickets and live events. I should have wrote it down. I think it's called like Ticket Exchange. But this is another one. I mean, this guy's young too. Something Ticket Exchange coin. No, let me see here. Somebody here knows what I'm talking about. So you said you spoke to you about Litecoin Gold. Yeah, Litecoin Gold is not on. It's not on TradingView, but yeah, I did see Litecoin Gold moving. Litecoin Gold is moving. Yeah, I'll find that name of that coin, and it's basically. I mean, this kid is young as hell, man. I mean, he's probably in his mid-20s. I don't know if they're just using him as like a Mark Zuckerberg type prop, because one thing you notice is that his face is, he's the CEO, creator of the coin. And then like everyone around him on the website is like in their mid 40s, early 50s. So I don't know if they're just like, okay, we want to put this guy as like the face to make it seem hip and cool. But everybody around him is like twice his age or higher. Shout out Dom. Well, yeah, what's going on, Dom? Yeah, man, I'm getting into this crypto stuff. I wanted to say the other word, but it's just nice to be in something where you're winning all the time. And again, this is not going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. It feels like a pump that's just going good. That's going good. It feels like OTC Markets 2012 marijuana, when a guy would send out an email and you can put $250 down, and 2 weeks later you're coming out with $1,700. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. And that's how it feels right now. But I'm waiting for when the pain starts. When people start calling each other and saying, "Why the fuck did you get me into this Bitcoin shit?" That's when I want to buy. You know what I'm saying? Tell me when the pain starts. Yeah. When we go back to 9,500, 7,500, that's when I'm coming back full force. Because right now it's everybody's in la la land. Everybody is feeling good, and oh my God, I want to be buying Bitcoin when coworkers are fighting coworkers, people crying because they put their mortgage, and that's when I want to be buying that shit. ETFs are coming. ETFs coming Saturday. Futures. We had Goldman Sachs announce today that they're going to be processing orders for customers in Bitcoin. Look that up. We got the most evil investment banking company, second only to the Rothschild Bank, which, by the way, is still living and breathing. Goldman Sachs, the financial juggernaut that came out and said we were fucking people over in 2006, 2007. We knew they were bad loans, and we still wrapped them up in CDOs and sold them to different banks and institutions. They're saying they want a piece of Bitcoin now. So yeah, we got the evil one in the game now. So we got to be very cautious. The evil one is here. You know? It says shorters are coming to squeeze. Yeah, sure. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, again, I don't know who the hell would want to take the other side of a trade, though. I mean, who would want to? I got to find out how that works on the ETF. If you buy the puts, right? I mean, the puts have got to be created. So who would want to sell that to anybody? I don't know. I wouldn't want to put that kind of risk out there. $200 in Bitcoin will be worth $10,000 when Bitcoin hits 500,000. Shit. But the problem is, how soon will Bitcoin hit 500,000? And how much will $10,000 be worth at that time? See, we're dealing with not just the sentiment that Bitcoin is more valuable and what it's going to do, but when you look at the price of Bitcoin, you're also looking at, the loss of faith in the United States dollar, man. You're not just looking at people excited about Bitcoin. You're looking at people who are saying, man, fuck this US dollar. Give me some of this Bitcoin. Right? I mean, because that's what you're doing. When you go and buy Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, you're like, man, fuck this dollar shit. Give me this Bitcoin. That's what you're saying. So, it may be a situation where people say fuck the dollar so much that you may not even want to go back to the dollar. You may get to a point where it's, it continues to rise and rise and rise. You look at the dollar and you say, I'm cool. I'm cool. We had somebody come on the air yesterday and said, well, what if the federal government comes out with a dollar replacement on the blockchain? Now, that would be scary as fuck. That would be scary as fuck. And, 90% of America is gullible as hell, and they'll go with it. They'll be like, okay, this is the new shit. And they're smart. They'll let you go 1 for 1. So if you got a US dollar, you got $20, they'll let you go in 1 for 1. All right, 1 for 1. So there'll be no reason, to second guess the government. You'll be like, oh well, I can just go switch over. They're giving me 1 for 1. And you're gonna have some people who are gonna say, well, I don't know, I might want to miss out on these free US dollar on the blockchain. You know what I'm saying? Because now US dollar on the blockchain is now going to be doing what? Competing with Bitcoin. Who's going to win then? Somebody says, you smell the CIA all over this. McAfee says 2020. Yeah, we'll see, man. So who's using Bitcoin now in the real world? Nobody. Hell no. And it makes perfectly sense. You don't want to. It's rising in value. The dollar's losing value against Bitcoin. Why would you want to use your Bitcoins? Why would you want to spend your Bitcoins to go back into the US dollar that's losing value? That's why a lot of these Bitcoin billionaires that we know or we suspect, people who are in Bitcoin so early that they're billionaires, they're still walking around with regular shirts and driving Honda Accords and all that shit because they know they don't want to sell right now, and get into dollars because that's loss. That's just, it don't make sense. That's just lost potential value of more Bitcoin in the future. He said Coinbase app is so easy, everybody should download it. Yeah, here's the thing on Coinbase. The more videos I watch during the day about Bitcoin and stuff, I'm starting to realize Coinbase is like the beginners, right? Coinbase is like your baby step into the crypto world. But eventually, you need to download a wallet. You need to take your money out of Coinbase, move it to the wallet. You know what I'm saying? You can't rely on Coinbase. Coinbase is a bank that every hacker in the world wants to get into right now. You know, every hacker in the world wants a piece of that, man. And you got to be able to find a wallet that you like and move your coins to that wallet. And if you want to continue to use Coinbase, great. Buy from Coinbase, move it to your wallet. Lamprey, you said you lost a coin? Get a mining contract from Genesis Mining. The mining contract will generate Bitcoin for you. This is why you're able to sell, because you have endless Bitcoin. But here's the thing, Parker Mills. Didn't we just have a mining company out of Poland get hacked like 2 days ago? What's the name of this company that just got hacked for $36 million? Weren't they a mining contract seller? Yeah, Nice Hash. Isn't Nice Hash the same thing? Mining service. Yeah, I read this today. Mining service Nice Hash hacked. $60 million in user funds stolen. They're fucking gone, man. So I don't know, man. I don't trust none of those miners. There's the article right there. I just put it in the chat room. Everybody press like on this video if you can, please. Yeah, so I don't trust those websites, man. And you got things like BitConnect. And BitConnect, interesting enough, I'm kind of like half and half on it, because I got approached by someone who's in BitConnect who was like, dude, you got a decent platform. You can get into this, blah, blah, blah. You know, and BitConnect, man, that's a pyramid scheme. That's a pyramid scheme. You know, but people are making money in BitConnect, though. Now, most of the people who are making a killing are making money on the affiliate side. They're making money on the affiliate side. But, you know, those BitConnect coins are rising in value as well. Those BitConnect coins are rising in value. Now, there's practically no value in BitConnect coins per se. There's no value in the BitConnect coin. And strangely enough, BitConnect, they're so scammy. They want you to go into the market and buy Bitcoins, give them Bitcoins, and then they give you back, you know, BitConnect coins. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't exactly more piece. I just man, it's all multi-level marketing, bro. Callie Rob said BitConnect pyramid scheme sounds perfect for me. But this is the wild, wild west. We're living in the wild, wild west, man. Bitcoin, you know, as I mentioned yesterday, we're, you know, imagine Los Angeles, you know, 1830, 1820. No, I think it was like 1830s. Somebody finds gold. This is a gold rush. This is a gold rush. And the government can't do a goddamn thing about it. Now they're going to oversee US-based operations, right? But, you know, the people who are willing to take a risk, just like you see in Forex, they'll just end up going to some of these foreign brokers, you know, and you have guys who are cool with foreign brokers. I know guys who trade Forex, and they got YouTube pages, and if you look at their pages, they're suggesting some Forex broker out of Cyprus and some shit like that. Now, I wouldn't trust no shit like that, but, you know, if the government comes down on some of these U.S.-based brokerage houses, we may not have a choice but to use some of those foreign-based brokerages. So the richest guy in the gold rush sold shovels and pans. I believe it. I believe it. And that's why a lot of the guys who are making killing in cryptocurrency right now are these guys selling these phony programs that are supposed to tell you what coin is going to be hot next. Have you guys been seeing that scam? You got some programs, Jarvis. You got some programs out there, which is a good one is CoinVision. CoinVision is actually free, but I think CoinVision 2 is a pump and dump. CoinVision is an app that connects to your Facebook, and they send you a message on Facebook, hey, Ethereum, this is the price. Increase investor sentiment. Buy now. That, something about it just seems so scammy, but it's free. And it's an interesting little program. You can connect it to your Facebook, CoinVision. I'm connected to it. And it hasn't sent out that many alerts. And the alerts it does send, they're all like scammy looking altcoins that, you know, low key you got to look at sideways. Like the last alert was for a coin called Salt, S-A-L-T. And he sent like 3 of them and it was like, buy, Salt. Increased investor sentiment. Buy now. You know. Let's keep it going. Bitcoin derivatives banned by South Korea government. All right, so basically they don't want anybody trading options on Bitcoin, which is okay. I mean, I can understand. I mean, yeah, I could understand, but boy, you would make a lot of money on Bitcoin options. Bitcoin options. I would love to buy some Bitcoin options. If I had Bitcoin options, just give me the 20,000. Give me the 20,000 option right now. I already know it's gonna hit it. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the 20,000 right now. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna buy the 7,500 Bitcoin put. That's way out the money. That's dirt fucking cheap, right? Just as a hedge, I'll just be loading that up quietly, right? Oh man, I would love some Bitcoin options. Oh God, I would love Bitcoin options. That would be fun. That would be fun to play. That would be fast though, man. That would be a fast moving. The liquid and the thing about it is that the implied volatility would be insane, so it'd be really expensive though. Now that I think about it, it'd be really expensive. Because of the implied volatility. I mean, the delta, oh man, that would just be insane. It would be really expensive now that I think about it. That would be really expensive. Can I explain why binary options is a scam to me? Look, I don't think Nadex is a scam. But I think a lot of the brokerages based outside of the country in regards to binary options, they are a scam. Because I've heard and read people saying that they were right on the call and they literally just took the money and said they lost. You know. But I know some of you guys in here play Nadex and you said you won, you know, 350, 400 here, 200 here, 120 there. So I fucks with guys who fucks with Nadex and say it's legit. But binary options, those other brokerages based out of Poland and Ukraine, and man, fuck them. Fuck out of here with that shit. They said they already have Bitcoin options on Durbit. Durbit. Yeah, see, my thing is, I would want to see it on, hit me up when that's on like TD Ameritrade. Because I want to make sure I'm going to get my money. Durbit is a South African brokerage. I'm not putting no money in no South African anything. Let me see here. Hold on, what is this? Why is Durbit? I'm putting in Durbit. It's coming up South Africa. Maybe it's not a South African big. First thing I saw was Durbit, South Africa. Let me see, what is Durbit? Oh, Duribit or something like that. Bitcoin Futures and Options Exchange. Next generation 100% Bitcoin only derivatives exchange. Bitcoin futures with up to 20x leverage. Okay. Here we go with that now. People already using 20x leverage. We using leverage in Bitcoin already now?
You lose.
Yeah. I'd want to see the payout on that. And I want to see if they're really paying people out on that. I'd want to see if they're really paying people out on that. Yeah, that sounds like a big fucking scam. 20x leverage on Bitcoin. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't helping anybody with that kind of money. 646, you on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, it's Ken. How are you?
Hey, Ken, what's up, man?
How are you? I wanted to bring up a Biotech IMMU. I thought that one a couple of days ago looked interesting. It made a huge pop. There was some kind of news they released about their cancer drug, and as you always said, stuff with cancer drugs, phase 3, I think.
Yeah,
you can do well with those.
Yeah. Cancer. Cancer news always gets the market running. Depending on the company, it depends on whether or not you're going to get a second or third day out of it. I see here the stock.
Right.
This is as you said, 2-day move on IMMU. There was a lot more commitment from buyers today compared to yesterday.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting on that.
They had a conference call. They had a conference call after the market closed yesterday, so I guess people like what they heard.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously, that had to play into it because yesterday's move we saw it selling into the close. Today,
they were.
We saw the commitment from buyers early in the morning. So whatever was said on that conference call, obviously got the market excited, and you saw buyers holding the stock all day. So nice move on IMMU.
And keep an eye on that Juno, JUNO. That looks like it's rounding the base on the chart. That's another cancer company.
Okay. JUNO. So this one's definitely not as cheap as the one before, but as you said, last 2 days too have been excellent. Now they have, they're on, both of them are on a roll here. Do they have anything to do with each other, or is just kind of the,
separate? Nothing.
Okay, all right.
Nothing. IMU though had a huge insider purchase. If you look back, 1.3 million shares about 3 weeks ago. Interesting.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
there's also a pretty big short in IMU as well. Just keep it on the radar.
All right. And Ken, do you happen to know what the float is on IMMU?
It's small. It's very small. I think it's like 38 million. It's not big.
Okay. All right.
So, but again, if you look at the chart history, it tends to have 2 to 3 day pops, and today was day 2. So you wonder maybe one more day tomorrow, and then you might get a better price if you let it come down, let it.
And the short interest is pretty high, Ken. 26.5% right now. The float is short.
I know.
That is interesting. Man.
I have a friend that's very close to the company, who's 8 years he's been pumping the stock, and for the longest time they had horrible management, but they got a new CEO earlier this year, and they also have commitment from some of the big hedge fund guys on Wall Street. So one of the guys that speaks on CNBC had a position, I forget the hell his name is, but it's interesting. Okay. The chart looks decent. If you look at like 10-15 year chart, it's broken above a lot of old highs. The high was the highest this thing ever got was $40 a share back in 2002. So
yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, we'll definitely be watching. It got a very nice institutional ownership too, well over 40%. $1 billion market cap. But yeah, I'm looking at that short interest and thinking maybe it can scare some people out there tomorrow if other traders see what I'm seeing here today. So we'll see what happens with IMMU tomorrow.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. And the other thing, you noticed Micron today, MU, and after hours up another $1. It's close to 44 now or 45.
Yeah, I mean, that's
a nice pop.
This is a beautiful pop. But this has been one of those technology stocks that it's just been doing very, very well over the last 2017. I don't know too much about the business. I know they're a semiconductor play. I don't know necessarily how and what they've been doing. I don't hear too much about them. I remember from the late 90s, early 2000s, Micron Computers. I don't know if this is the same company or not. But yeah, they've had an incredible run in 2017.
And the earnings are in 12 days to see them.
Oh wow! Okay.
So maybe it gets back to 50. Who knows?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If again, read the analysts. I'll be reading some of these analysts and seeing whether or not those options are pretty liquid, and if they are, I mean, this stock is trading at 9 times earnings, so it's still relatively cheap. So this could be a huge upside if they put up some good numbers.
That's good. That's good. So next week should be a very interesting week. We have Wednesday, the Fed decision. They're going to raise the rates, and then Friday's monthly option expiration. So we should have some huge volatility.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, the market has practically shrugged off fear of any attempt or even threat at the Fed raising rates. So if they actually go ahead and do it, we'll see how the market reacts. But for the most part, they've just been shrugging it off. So any kind of loss or sell-off has been recovered over the course of a day or two. So we'll see how this reacts.
I'm sorry, if you look at some of the bank stocks like the BAC and the XLF, JP, look at the pennants on those charts. It looks like they could maybe blast off again next week if you're into the options on those.
I love plays like JP Morgan when it comes to banking, because they when they move, they really move. JP Morgan, let me see,
GS,
Bank of
Goldman
America,
Sachs.
Goldman Sachs. Well, I haven't looked up Goldman Sachs in a while. Let me see what Goldman Sachs is doing.
It looks good.
Okay, yeah, they've been in a little bit of a trend for 27 in a little funnel there, but it looks like they worked themselves out in late July, heading higher. They're actually headed for a breakout, so it's looking really interesting for Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting next week, especially with the bank stocks. I bet they hit new highs. So that's it. Enjoy the Bitcoin today. That was something else. It hit 19,000.
Yeah. It is what it is. Now, Ken, are you in it, or are you just kind of watching right now?
I'm just watching. I remember I did those penny ones earlier this year. The DIGAF, the BTSC. That called in last week about the BTSC when it was at 60 and 65, and I was thinking, I pray they solved, because I knew that was going to crash.
Yeah,
it's now 20. Look at it now. Now 20.
I didn't want to even get into it, but I was holding this one off, man. I mean, BTSC. Here's the thing, though. But Ken, as well as I do, it's going to run again. So now it's all about just trying to find where the bottom is, and the bottom could be 11, it could be 10, who knows what it could be, but wherever it lands and finds some support, I want to be all over it at that level.
Absolutely. I agree. You're right. Absolutely right. Hopefully we'll find a bottom in the next couple weeks or so, or we'll see how it goes. One more thing. Remember DCTH? You love that stock. Look what it did today. It's up huge.
Yeah, DCTH. Let me see here. DCTH. I think, is it DCTHD now? Hold on.
No. They got rid of the D. Maybe that's why it popped again today. The stock crashed.
Yeah, DCTH. Wow. Yeah, look at that, man. Look at that. I mean, it's been so beat up, it's hard to even look at it.
I know.
But I mean, yeah, that was a nice little move on DCTH. Trading on the OTC markets now. It's something to watch. It's something to watch and see how it builds off this interesting volume. 36 million shares traded today on DCTH, up 76%.
Yeah. And one more, the BBT case back in that buy zone again at 002. Even though I hate that piece of crap, but every time it gets to 002, it bounces.
Yeah. I've always wondered what you saw in it. I mean, you were in it, and then you made your.
I believe that stupid Tom Lucio, that CEO. Everyone loved him. He was like, it was a cult. So but I finally realized the guy's a con artist.
But you think it's got an opportunity to run again?
I do. It does. It has. Just use the chart. It's liquid.
Right. Yeah, it is very much. It does have a following, so I'll keep an eye on it, man. We'll be watching.
All right, cool. Enjoy your evening. Thanks.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Ken for the call. Good calls on that one. Again, I like his idea of the bank stocks next week. On those play, I like his idea on that. Even if the rates come up, it doesn't matter. The market just doesn't care. I mean, we had a madman ready to launch a nuclear weapon at us, and the market's up 10% from that day. So, I mean, yeah, it's something else. But yeah, when he talks about BTSC, man, and again, I wrote about this company on my website. AdvancedEquityResearch.com. Check out that article on BTSC as well as BTCS. But again, once this pulls back, you want to find where this floor is. And I'm telling you right now, even if it goes quiet for a couple of days, if we start talking about Bitcoin 20,000 or Bitcoin over 20,000, it could be something else. Could be something else, and being back at its highs sooner than you think. And I would look at, for an example, we'd look at a stock like Riot. Somebody had brought Riot up in the chat room. Riot, $24. Sold off, lost 50% of its value, right? Got all the way back to 12, found the support at 11.96. Yeah, what is that? 11.96. And now you're talking about a stock that's $14, and possibly, let me put the Bollinger Bands. Where are we at on the bands on that? Okay, so we're still pretty wide. Obviously, it's only been a couple days from that run. But if we look at one of my favorite charts, the hourly, are we squeezing? There we go. Where are we squeezing? Here's the hourly. Put the bands, one of my favorites. I love the hourly. Kind of spread the chart out a little bit, see where, close out the noise. And we're looking to get that squeeze. We're either going to pop higher or pop lower. My bet is if Bitcoin continues to do very well and we get an increase of buying, especially with futures this weekend, ETFs this weekend, if I'm short Riot, I think you're going to be running for your life on Monday if you're not careful. Monday, Tuesday, you're going to be running for your life if you're not careful on Riot. So this is one to watch. I'm putting it out there for everyone to watch this this coming week. The VWAP, yeah. Let me see. Let me put the. You like the VWAP? I don't like keeping VWAP on there all the time, but VWAP is pretty much. Let me see here if I can darken that up a little bit. Here's the VWAP. Let me scale it left. And yeah, VWAP. All right, so just slightly below it. Just slightly below it. All right, I like the VWAP for more, reputable large cap plays. VWAP seems more accurate for, the McDonald's of the world and stuff. But I don't know. Some of you guys use it for these small caps. I'm holding a ton of shares of Tops. Okay. So if it goes over the VWAP, watch out. We'll see. We'll definitely see. But I'm loving the way that Bollinger Band is setting up here on the hourly. Can we go? Let's close it in a little bit on the 30-minute. Oh yeah. I'm loving that. We're getting that tension building up. This could be ugly if you're a shorter. If you're short the riot right now, this could get ugly. All right, let's keep it going. MNKD. Yeah, Mankind is interesting. This is a stock that's what Tim Sykes has called a lot of spikeability to it on Mankind. It looks like it's done, or we did a run back in October. It's done several different runs. I mean, it's had, Mankind has definitely had its runs. I mean, over the course of several years. Looks like now this is another one too that could be where the band's getting tighter. Oh, there you go on that one too. Look at that on Mankind. So this is another one that's buyers and sellers been tussling it out. Now a decision is going to have to be made here, as you can see here. Declining volume. Obviously, again, we're seeing what everyone else can see as well. So even if we're seeing declining volume on the daily chart here, on the colored volume bars, this is why I kind of absolutely love this, because I can tell, we can see that it's been declining. It hasn't been as popular as it was during the run, and that's understandable. But as we see this and everyone else sees this, this could be a catalyst for some more buying to enter the stock, as that bully trading we talked about, how guys may want to buy in and get some guys squeezing. Get some guys squeezed, running for their life. Citron short GBTC. Andrew left. He's taken it down before. So I wouldn't be surprised if he calls them out again. He's taken it down before. Citron Research. That being said, GBTC premium has evaporated. We cautiously entered a new short position at 1800 on GBTC. All right. Let's look at GBTC. It's an interesting proposition, because GBTC was the most reputable, exposure that you can get that was trading on any exchange, right? Was GBTC. Now that that's gone, and you will have, these futures available, you will have possibly one, maybe more than one ETF available. Does GBTC lose its luster? It makes sense. So I get where he's going with that. And good luck to him on that. It makes perfect sense. The crypto live events was VibX. I don't know if it was VibX. God, I'm gonna find. Hold on, I'm gonna find. God, what was the name of that crypto? Coin market cap, and it was going for. Man, there's so many of them. Let me see here, real quick, guys. Live events, crypto coin, young CEO, maybe. Tron. No, it definitely wasn't Tron. And then they had signed with a company out of Japan that was funded by Sony. Let me see here. There it is. It's called Event Chain. Event Chain is what it's called. And this is an interesting cryptocurrency. And again, you can go to the website. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, David. What's going on, David? David from Investors Hangout in the building. Best place to talk OTC stocks. InvestorsHangout.com. EventChain.io. That's the website. EventChain. And basically, it's this company. I love the idea. Because EventChain is basically will eliminate ticket scalping as we know it. It will eliminate ticket fraud as you know it. You can be able, with the EventChain platform, you can be, if somebody buys a ticket from EventChain, right? It's on the blockchain. You can basically eliminate anybody's ability to resell that ticket. You can see immediately how many tickets were sold, how many tickets have to be resold. You can dedicate individual resellers, so not anybody can just be a reseller, right? I mean, if you buy tickets to the Super Bowl, you can just go out and put it on eBay or some shit like that. You know, now there's some technologies out there that can help you change that. But EventChain is very promising. Read the technology that they have, and it's interesting. It's an interesting technology. But the only thing about it is that it can be built on any other blockchain. But they've signed some interesting agreements with some pretty reputable businesses. And again, you'll see that little young CEO they got there. This guy can't be more than like 30. I think he can't be more than 30. But again, he's surrounded by a whole bunch of guys who are like twice his age. So I think they just kind of put him up there as the face of the coin, on some fake ass Mark Zuckerberg type shit. But yeah, interesting roadmap they got planned out too. Read the roadmap for the coin. They're planning on developing a mobile platform for that smart ticket framework. And you're going to be able to, again, create events. It's interesting. It's a very interesting thing. Just take a look at it. Yeah, EventChain. It's EVC. EVC. I don't think they're on crypto. They're not on trading. No, they're not on there yet. If they'll ever be, but interesting. You know, technology. Interesting technology. You know, the coin's going down, so I'm watching it. It looks like we got some support here in these sixes too. Looks like we got some support here in these sixes, but as you can see here, very little, if any, volume, and I'm not sure exactly how to buy it. I'm not sure exactly how to buy the damn thing. You know, practically no volume, man. Practically no volume, but that's exactly what makes it promising for somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? You know, that makes it very promising. And love the name, love the business, love the idea behind it. You basically turn anybody and everybody into a possible concert promoter. Instantaneously, you can become a concert promoter right there. Boom, start an event, dedicate 100 tickets, send everybody to a link to buy the tickets. You can immediately receive your funds from ticket sales using the EventChain platform and crypto. Voila. Where's Africa Emporium, the other dude? I don't know, bro. I mean, people come and go. You know, as you can see here, it's only gotten better here. So AXMM. This is my dream, not theirs. So AXMM Let me see here. AXMM 0012. Is this that is this OTC stock where they rent out construction products? Are there or construction? Let me see here. They rent out like Caterpillar, equipment and stuff. This might be that one. And this is one that's very promising. Is this the one? I don't think. Oh no, it may not be. It may not be. Paper Nuts, global developer. No. Oh no, this is not the one. This is not the one. Oh no, the one I'm talking about is AMMX. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about this AXMM though. OTC Pink. No information though. It's OTC Pink, no information. Looks like the last 10Q was posted back on March 31st of 2016. So no news. I can't find any news on it either, or any besides that, and no recent filings since August of 2016. So will be a no-go for me though. Be a no-go for me. You said ain't seen them around since I had trouble with my channel. Well, now they ain't here. I ain't had no trouble with my channel, right? He said, what do you think about Sing volume up? Yeah, Sing and SWRM are working together, remember? They announced that they were working on an app for crypto and cannabis. So you're going to be able to buy cannabis with Bitcoin, supposedly. They make a lot of promises. They never fulfill them. But look, the stock is up. I wrote an article on AppSwarm. It's on my website, advancedequityresearch.com. I'm calling it a pump, but I want it to go as high as possible because maybe it might make sense shorting. But the company is virtually broke. Hell no, man. I love crypto for what it is. And these crypto coins remind me of just OTC companies. If these OTC companies, if these crypto companies had to put up financials, dude, 90% of these crypto companies are broke. They're probably broke. No money, just that's why they use the offerings, bro. The offerings is where they get rich. The offerings is where they get rich, right? And then once they got the offerings, now it's about getting your price higher, and higher. So, gotta love these ICOs, man. Gotta love these ICOs because I can see it, man. As a someone who's promoted stocks and whatnot, I can see how crypto, OTC markets, all that shit can all be in tandem, man. It could be a beautiful thing. Well, it has. I think it has. Maybe not for you, relative, but it has. I enjoy it shit way more than it was when he was here. Way better, personally. But again, I don't wish ill on anybody, man. I just, again, I don't want to bring up that drama shit, bro. I don't want to bring up that drama shit. But I'm way happier with the way the show is going compared to when those guys were around. I'm cool with that. Said stock C, you said what a scam. Yeah, look, when I see coins like Potcoin, come on, man, a Potcoin is a scam. Dave, you said the new cannabis craze in OTC. Here's the thing, though, Dave. I'm watching because I think the new big thing is going to be sports betting. You heard it here first. I told you guys here the other day. Today, the odds on The odds got better that New Jersey is expected to win. Again, I'm following that news. They presented their arguments to the Supreme Court on Monday. Actually, I think that was Tuesday. New Jersey is expected to win. New Jersey is expected to win. And I said everybody and their mama is going to be trying to buy some of these OTC and crypto coins that are going to be involved in sports betting. Oh, yes. It's not going to be just OTC markets. We're going to have cryptocurrencies that are going to be specifically for sports betting. We're going to have, sports betting on the... I'm surprised we don't have it now. On the blockchain, which would make perfect sense because you'd be able to see everybody's bets. You'd be able to verify bets. Everybody, you can put up the wager, pay the wager in Bitcoin or ETH or Litecoin, whatever it is. I think that would be some hot shit. I think that would be some hot shit, man. I would buy a coin like that. You can clearly see where the wager is. You bet right, you get 2 Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, 3 Bitcoin. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It gets spread out to the winners. I think that would be some shit I would want to play. Can you imagine if DraftKings went on the blockchain? That'd be awesome, man. Let me see. And that would be some shit I would see sticking around just because, it's a viable business and it supports itself, right? I mean, when you pay to play, you put it in and, the company gets a cut. Everybody, if you win, you win. You lose. And it's a sustainable kind of loop. It's not just, hey, buy our coin because it's going to be more valuable and someone's going to eventually use it. It's an actual business. And that's why I'm really loving these coins that are built around a business. It's not just, hey, here's our coin. I'm looking at where's the business. And that's why I'm really loving the idea of the event chain. The one the other guy brought up, I'm really loving that one too. The Siacoin, I know I keep spelling it right, but the Siacoin coin. I forgot how it's pronounced. Siacoin. I know I keep fucking up on the spelling on that one. Sios. That one that has a cloud storage application. So, these coins that have an application, a real business behind their coin. I love those type of coin. Yeah. SIA. There it is. SIA. Appreciate it, man. I'll just call it SIA from now. Companies that, these are the ones I think they have the real potential, man. But here's the thing, though. I don't know, man. I don't know how eventually they're going to have to get to a point where they're going to be able to have to use other coins or accept other coins into their platforms. So, this is another one I'm not sure yet how to buy. I haven't even got to that point yet. I'm still reading and doing my research. But Siacoin, Event Chain, those two right now I'm really loving just because they're real businesses behind those coins. Yeah. Silver by the ounce to totally see you win a bet and get paid. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly, silver by the ounce. That's what I really want this sports betting thing to work out, man. So I've been praying about it, dude. I said a prayer about it. I was like, shit, man. Let this shit come out on top. And, we can get sports betting in the United States and yeah, getting paid, a couple Bitcoin, 0.000 Bitcoin, or whatever it is. Hell yeah, bro, I'd play just to put some money into the system, just to say I put some money up to support that business. 210, you're on the air. What's up?
210, San Antonio. What's
Hey.
up? What's up, sir? How you been?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. This is Gerardo Jar.
Oh, what's up with you, man?
I haven't called in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but you've been watching, so I appreciate you, bro.
Hell yeah. What's it called? Yeah, man. This Bitcoin craze right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, that man? Shit.
Well, I mean, look, people are making money, man. So people are making money and telling their friends about it, and people are excited about that as well as the technology and how it's going to change the face of banking, maybe eliminate banking as we know it. So, a lot of people are going to go broke because of the blockchain, man. A lot of people who have been defrauding people, a lot of people who've been living off the back of fiat money, game over for them now, man. So it's a great time to be alive, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out in our lives, as the days move on.
There you go. What's it called? No, I was calling to pass a couple tickers to you.
All right.
Just some stuff that a couple tickers I've picked out for upcoming weeks, maybe a week and a half.
Okay.
So I got 3 of them. Okay. First one is GBR, and see.
Okay, GBR. Now tell us what you like about GBR before we move on to the other ones.
Yes. So, to be honest, it's just a technical play. I've been really good at spotting things before they do a little spike, but GBR, it just looks like there's not only a real good support at this price, but that there's like momentum right now pushing it maybe for another spike in the upcoming days, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I actually like where it is here on the weekly as well as the daily. I mean, it's quiet. It doesn't have as much volume, but I mean, if being that you put a time frame on it of a week and a half, this could be something you can lay a few dollars on. I'm not sure. Let me see where crude is right now, and it hasn't necessarily been moving with crude because I saw we moved up it to 60 recently, 50, excuse me, and it looks like the stock didn't really do much. But do you foresee like maybe some news, or is just again like you said, just pure technicals? You think it can move?
Right, just pure technical. Okay. And just kind of do your own research. You don't like it, Yeah,
gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
But and then next one is EC, which is ESEA. I mean ESEA. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
ESEA.
All right, Euro Cs. All right. Oh, I forgot about Euro Cs. Yeah, this is another one of those shipping plays that plays along with dry, ship, GLBX, DICX. Forgot about this one. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one too, it looks like there's somebody buying and keeping that price up. This one also I'm thinking like a couple of days, maybe 5 days.
Okay.
Could see, a small, 20-30% spike, but of course do your own research. Yeah, and then another one, the last one is CI. DM.
CIDM?
Yes, so it's CI dog mouse.
All right, CIDM. Love the prices you're picking at. You're about $1.20, $1.50 or so. You like kind of that mid-range $1.50 area?
Well, the way I figure is like you can make money, at any price. I use this price level just to create a list, not necessarily because I like the price, but just because it's easy to to make the list a little shorter.
Sure.
But yeah, this one too. This one looks really good for me. Just there's some momentum since October, and it looked like it might break out of that $1.50, $1.60 price zone here. But and then let's see here. I have a natural gas ticker. I want to run by you real quick.
All right.
It's X and then CO, X cat oxygen.
Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, your CDIM too just broke the 100, and it held it real nicely today too. So this is interesting. I definitely wrote it down myself too. I'll be watching that one too. It broke the 100 a couple days ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's gonna be an interesting move. All right, XCO. Now this one has been a stock that struggled. The 100 was actually a wall for that stock. But what do you see in this one that could possibly be looking into possibly turning this one around?
Yeah, so I'm speculating that this is a bottom for it, but who knows? I just see like real big spikes since a lot of buying since December 4th here.
Okay.
Either somebody's loading up and it's gonna take another dive. You never know, but I really like it at that price. And then I know that there's some news about natural gas right now going around. It's worth looking into what they're saying about it and all that.
Okay. Yeah, looking.
But yeah, I've been really good at spotting tickers or finding tickers before they spike. I made some money on Cure. I didn't think I was gonna go to $3, but
no, I mean, yeah, dude. If you hit that Cure, bro, that was awesome, man. I mean, it was a really nice run for anybody who was in there early, and for anybody who was shorting that on the way back down. But it was really interesting because it actually found some support today, so that was nice on Cure. But yeah, I mean, if you were able to spot that, and boy, what a win for anybody who was able. And if you were one of them, man, congrats to you.
Yeah. I only made like 25 cents, but I was like, oh, shit, well, live and learn. But it's all good.
Definitely, man. Profit is profit, bro.
All right, man. Well, good talking to you, man. I'm gonna keep watching, and best of luck to you and everyone in the room.
Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for watching, man.
No problem.
All right, so shout out to Gerardo. Long time watcher, man. Long time watcher. He's been watching my show for a minute, man. Stays chill in the chat room, kind of doing his thing, but I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you a lot. All right. Who is yelling dries, buy dries? You know what, though? The way dries is sitting up there, man. As traders, I'm sure you've seen it. When these companies are just kind of sitting up there like that, and now we got dry squeezing here on the daily. Slightly. Let me go and look at the hourly. That's my favorite. Where are we at? Okay, so not as clear on the conviction. We go on the hourly. Not as clear of conviction. Yeah, but the daily tells such a different story. Yeah, these last couple days kind of fucked it up. The last couple days kind of fucked the chain up a little bit. So, if it's gonna move, it's still a couple days out. If it's gonna move, it's still a couple days out, man. Yeah, if it's gonna move, it's still a couple days out. So it's gotta recover a little bit from, what was this? This was action from the 5th. Action from the 5th and the 6th kind of fucked up the mood there. So it's got to recover a little bit. I think if we see it back at the 418 level, that's when it kind of becomes a little bit dangerous again. When we talk about dries. But the daily chart is setting up nice. But if you break it down to a little bit out of that, time frame, Yeah, you do see there's still some weakness there. Hickamizer says dries to the moon. Drink some dries Kool-Aid. Cali Rob, he said load the boat on dries. Oh man. Somebody's gonna come here on Monday with huge losses. Andrew, you said that XCO looks. Yeah, his XCO call is a possibility. You know, I'm looking at one of my favorites is the 15 moving average. You know, and it's below the 15. You know, just below it. You know, it's just kind of below it, as you can see here in the past. When it gets above the 15, it can do some things above that. It's used this support before previously, getting closer to 20 there pretty much too. As you can see, here was another cross. If we go back, let me zoom in, go back here, go back to, this was August, another cross above the 15. This unfortunately couldn't stay. You didn't get the commitment from buyers, so actually was bearish, got back underneath it. This is where previously it actually was a wall for the stock. So I got the 15 moving average on this one. I've gotten to really like that moving averages for really, you know, for that moving average for really beat up stocks like this. As you can see here, yesterday it was above it, but again, you didn't get the commitment from buyers that day. So whatever reason, if I go into the 5-minute chart, if we look at yesterday's price action, you see here we got, you know, rocket above it, but couldn't hold it. So we were right back under the 15 moving average for the day. And it's been pretty much stayed underneath that. A little spotty, dead volume, but pretty much ridden it lower since in this time frame. As you can see, it's worked its way higher, but again, you know, for the daily chart, still below it. But it's one to watch. You know, he's given these tickers about a week and a half time frame, and it's very likely that he could end up looking real good if they end up, you know, maintaining themselves. So you use the 13. Yeah, the 13. The only reason I just gave myself, because I'm cool with being a little late to the party. That's what I've learned now, and it's really helped me out, you know, because I've used my moving averages, and people say, oh man, you're 15 and 30, it's a little late. But I'm cool with that though, because when I was using Bat Scientist 4 and 8, when it works, it's flawless, right? The 4 and 8, when it works, it's beautiful, man. Money, the gains, awesome. But when it doesn't work and you're faked, boy, that shit hurts. So now I'll use a 15 and a 30, and yeah, I'm not catching the move when as soon as it happens. But you know, when I do catch it, it's more than not accurate signal. Yeah. And speaking of indicators, for those of you guys who trade on GDAX, man, it's frustrating as hell to trade on GDAX, because all they give you is a 12 moving average, and I think the other one is like a 30 or some shit like that. And look, I understand these aren't equities, right? I mean, they're not equities, so they don't operate the same way. You can't measure, you know, you can't measure using these you know, can't measure crypto using these indicators that way. But I mean, it's good to use anyway, just to give you some kind of idea, because when I'm looking at Bitcoin, right, and I use the Bollinger Bands on Bitcoin. Do you guys use this as well? I mean, but GDAX, so instead of using the GDAX screen, I'm not looking at the GDAX screen. I'm looking at Bitcoin through TradingView, and it's pretty good. I mean, because I'm trading typically I'm using the hourly or maybe the 5-minute. I stay out of the 1 minute. 1 minute is too crazy, but the 5-minute is cool for me when I'm on GDAX. And You know, when I'm looking here on the daily chart, and so far it's, you know, it works pretty well. Bollinger Band works pretty well on Bitcoin. If you use Bollinger Bands, it works pretty good on Bitcoin. I like it. I like it. You know. So it's operating the right way. I mean, here we're outside the bands, so we should start to come back into this 1578. No, 15,800, yeah, about 15,800, 15,400. So I'm looking for an opportunity to buy more at 15,800, 15,700. Now, we may not get back to that, but I already have an order at GDAX looking for that level. You know, looking for that level because I expect it to pull back to that area and then for us to get back and hit the wall again. 13 EMA. Yeah, 13. Okay. Yeah, it's an EMA. Yeah. I use moving averages. I don't use EMAs. I just use the regular moving averages. Yeah, the exponentials. I don't use the exponential. I mean, you can. I mean, you know, I just prefer a simple moving average is fine. Yeah. So, and I got to tell you, you got to be careful because GDAX is kind of addicting, man. You know, as someone who trades stock, I'm not used to having a 24-hour liquid market. You know, I played Forex, but Forex, I just felt like Forex was a fucking scam. Something about Forex, man. When you go long, it goes against you. When you go short, it goes. I just felt like the platform was just fucking, you know, just set up for you to lose when it comes to Forex. I don't know. So when I hear these guys, yeah, man, I make about 20,000 a day on Forex, my man. And they don't say, you know, my man, but I was like, man, I don't believe you, man. I don't fucking believe you because, you know, sometimes when I've been in that mind space, I'm like, okay, let me go put up $250 in this Forex.com and see what can happen. And you get burnt every time. Every motherfucking time, bro. And I make sure, dude. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play the Japanese market, right? Because I'm trading, so I'm going to play the Japanese market during those hours, late hours. U.S. dollar yen. That's when it's liquid. It's during the Asian, you know, market time. So it's late. And one thing about Forex, they're real good about having that money instantly into the brokerage house. You know, so you put in your $250, you know, boom, in your account. Beautiful. So I go in there, you know, I'm not even playing big lots. I mean, I'm playing little micro lots. You know, I mean, I don't fucking do Forex, so I just want to see, you know, if I can get it popping on some $250. I press buy, shit starts going, you know, against you right away. It goes against you. All right, $7 gone, 14 gone, 21 gone. Like, what the fuck? All right. I'm to sell that shit. It's going down? Okay, I'm going to sell. Boom, I sell. And it starts going against me. Now it's going up. What the fuck? It was going down. So I went from buy to sell. Now I went to sell. Now it's going up. What the fuck? You know? This shit is fucking rigged, man. This shit is so fucking rigged, man. So now my $250 is, you know, 125, 120. I'm just like, man, fuck this shit. Give me my 120 back, withdraw, you know. And then you go to withdraw, and then what do they say? Oh, well, you might have to wait 5 to 7 business. What the fuck? You took my money instantly. Give me that fucking shit back instantly. Man, so Forex, man, fuck that shit. The only thing about Forex is that, man, the marketing, though, will make you feel like you can become a millionaire, bro. Like, Forex marketing, dude, watching those Forex videos and those guys who promote Forex, dude, they make you feel like you can become a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? The way they make it seem is like, you're going to be like Gordon Gekko of the U.S. yen. You know what I mean? U.S. dollar yen. That's how they make you feel, man. That shit's fucking rigged, man. But, going back to GDAX, it's addicting. It's addicting, man. I've never had a 24-hour liquid market, no margin, no PDT rule, just whatever it is you got and everybody else. That shit is addicting. That shit is addicting. You said the marketing is designed to trap you. You're absolutely right, Kenny. But it's alluring, though, isn't it, though, man? It's man, they make it seem like, you wake up in the morning and, you just go in there and buy some US Euro or Euro USD and, and here's the thing, though, because to make money in Forex, the big money is in the exotics. That's why it's so expensive to trade those, because that's where the money is. The exotics, and the exotics is not a daily thing, right? It's more like a weekly thing. And I've told you guys my story of how, the only Forex profits I've ever made were in USD ZAR. USD 0, which is the dollar rand. And this is really the only time I've been able to use and to make money on Forex, but it's so expensive to trade, and you got to be up late as fuck, man, because the South African, it's you got to be up at like 4 in the morning, and I just couldn't do that shit. So, but Bollinger Bands on for the most part on Forex and on crypto, as well as stocks. That Bollinger Bands by far has been the one indicator on all of these assets has been relatively accurate. Relatively accurate. And we're seeing now Bitcoin, look at that. Bitcoin pulling back. Bitcoin down 1,000. I'm telling you, my 15,700, we're getting to 15,700. It's a buy. What is that? Is that 15? Yeah, 15,700, man. We just need to come back on the other side of that band, bro. We just need to come back on the other side of that band. Jason, you said you should start using GDAX today? Okay. You said I never made money. No, man, that was the only amount of money I made, dude, was on that US dollar ZAR. And I never went back, I never went back to trading that or any kind of Forex after that. Because it does take significant amount of capital when you start talking about the exotics. And the exotics, as I said, they're not something like, it's not an intraday thing. It's best to be done if you kind of... So, yeah, Forex makes sense if you spread the days out and you kind of look it up, in a weekly, monthly kind of thing. But intraday, man, I don't know how people do. I don't know how you guys who are saying you're making 12,000 a day, 10,000 a day trading Forex intraday. I don't know how the fuck you're doing that shit. My guess is that they're using demos. They're just really fucking people up with the demos. David, you're saying let it rest? Yeah, absolutely, man. Bitcoin's got to rest. Bitcoin's got to rest. I'm telling people, man, use these bands. Use Bollinger Bands on here on TradingView. Use Bollinger Bands. For the most part, it's pretty accurate. Let's say, look, one of my favorite time frames, the hourly. Look at that. You know, use Bollinger Bands, man. It's really accurate on Bollinger Bands. All right, so we're going to hit. I'm setting it for 15,700. And I've already got on the platform on my market here, 15,700. I think we bounce off that. I don't see us ever, because we've never gotten to the bottom of the band. You know, it's practically never happened. I see it a couple times here, almost here back in. Oh shit! Hold up. Yeah, I guess we. Okay, this is the hourly I'm talking about. Okay, no, I got it mixed up on the daily. I know on the daily we've never touched the. Okay, a couple times. This was September. Yeah, but not recently. September. Oh man, that would have been a stupid buy. Look at that. Oh man, every time we broke in the bottom of that band, look how much of a stupid buy it's been every time we've gotten out of that band there. Oh, it's been a stupid buy opportunity. But yeah, here's Bollinger Bands on the hourly. How are my option calls and puts going? Man, I made a really good play on the VIX. If you guys remember my VIX 9.5 call that I bought, that went really good. We got up to 14 recently on the VIX. I sold it a little bit earlier at 13. So this was the play back here. It's like 9.5. Came on the show, told you guys, oh, that's a buy here. We were too low. You guys remember I was talking about that CNBC fear and greed index? Fear and greed index. It was super high at that level. It's calmed down a little bit now since then. But if we start going back into the 9s, which I'm very hopeful for, that's why I'm really hopeful that we get a very strong market next week. So we see that come back into the 9s. I'm loading up again. Up again because we don't last very long in the 9s, as you can see here on the VIX. You buy the VIX in the 9s and you just sit and wait. And the thing about it is, like, it's so hard to get these tops, though. I mean, you don't know what a top is gonna. You don't know. You just don't know. So I've never been able to catch a top. But I love catching the VIX at the 9s. My Macy's option isn't. I mean, I still got a lot of time on my Macy's put for $23. I still got a lot of time. But I've been reading some articles where some people are saying Macy's could be possibly a buy. I'm just like, oh, are you serious right now? So I don't know. So Macy's is kind of one of those ones that if we break 27, I'll have to sell and cover that. But other than that, right now that's really all I got out there. And then Bitcoin, of course. But right now I haven't seen too much to be excited about to hold over several days. PayPal, I'm looking for PayPal. PayPal's my last one that I have. If you guys remember, I talked about the $75 PayPal. So PayPal's one that I'm watching. And I've also mentioned that PayPal is my stock for 2018. Again, if this bullish market continues, I think PayPal is $100 easy next year, 2018, PayPal. Right now, I should jump over it. I should jump all over it now. PayPal, $100, 2019. Let me see, PayPal, 2019 calls. You can get them for $2.50. $2.50 right now. Look at that. What a steal. But I want to see it break. I want to see it break 75 first. If we can get 75, then I'm a little bit, I'm grateful for that. So if we get there first. All right. When it comes to the OTC side, BTSC, I want the bottom of BTSC. I think BTSC can be a nice little gain for somebody if you catch the bottom of this. Bitcoin is going to continue to do well. 20,000 If not this weekend, definitely next week. And you see another run possibly in BTSC once it catches a bottom. I don't know where the bottom could be, but if we get to 10 cents or below 10 cents, I want to be all over it. Below 10 cents. I think it's a buy and hold below 10 cents. BTCS. BTCS right now, I kind of like it. I like BTCS at these levels. I'm not in it yet. Just because there's just so much more money to be made in actual Bitcoin right now, to be honest with you. So there's really no, this just not just yet. But, and BTSC has been the more reliable of the two. Has been the more reliable of the two. DPW. Yeah, man. DPW, Silver by the Ounce head was the one who called us up and told us about it. And you guys remember DPW. Let me get those Bollinger Bands off there. In my 15. Those Bollinger Bands. This is the 60-minute. You see, ready to be shorted. Yeah, I mean, DPW did its thing. Then it sold off, and then you had dip buyers come in. All right, but as you can see, it didn't hold these higher prices. This is my hourly. That's why I love the hourly. Kind of gets all the noise out. And when I look at that, and I put one of my favorite, right now. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a trap here. So if we'll see. Let me put my 30 moving average back in here. Hold on. Put my 30 back in here. Yeah, so it hasn't broke my 30 yet. But it's Bitcoin. I'm not a fan of shorting some of these Bitcoin plays, man, because they're just still too scary. All right. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. It was a good week. Great week for Bitcoin. As someone who's been now in almost a week and a half now, I had Litecoin earlier. Didn't have actual exposure to Bitcoin. Just because I felt like, okay, if I didn't want to buy a whole coin, then it didn't make sense for me to own it. But now, even buying pieces of Bitcoin is worth it. Even buying pieces of it is worth it. And man, I'm excited about what the future holds for Bitcoin, for all of these platforms. As we talked today about some of the other ones that I'm really loving, these business-based cryptos, Event Chain, Sia, S-I-A, these business-backed cryptos. I love them. And I'm going to look into finding out how I can access and get a position in on those. Safe Exchange. Yeah, I looked at Safe Exchange too. Safe Exchange. Yeah, Safe Exchange coin is an interesting one too. It's gone bearish. On us. Safe Exchange again. I mean, these moving averages, it's kind of hard. It's pretty much. Some people can say the moving averages are right too, but I mean, they can get pumped out of, so it'll blow your moving averages out of the water. So, and they're not as liquid as Bitcoin, so I don't even like using indicators on these altcoins because they're so susceptible to promotion, just like OTC stocks. Just look at the daily. Yeah, so as you can see here, as we were seeing on the hourly, it's gone bearish. But again, as you see here, you got people who like it here at the twos, these low twos, 0.02s. So he's got a strong amount of support there at the low 02s. So this might be an entry for somebody here. Could be an entry for somebody here. Safe Exchange. Don't know too much about this one. I looked into it, but I didn't get as deep. Really kind of fell in love with those other two. Event Chain, as well as Sia. You know. I'm not looking at the chat room, man. It's like, what's up with this dude? Everybody's asking for STGG. STGG. What is STGG? Oh, shit. Oh. Hold on, man. What was the volume on this one, though, man? I'll give him the ka-ching, though. Let me see. What was the volume? STGG. What was the volume today on that? Oh, man. Come on, man. I'll give him that. I'll give him the ka-ching for the day, but, I mean, 338,000 shares. Somebody loaded up, though. Somebody loaded up and made some bank on that. How many trades? Let me see, man, because y'all gonna make me do some research on that. STGG. Alright, STGG. Yeah, there were only 126 trades today in the stock, man. There were only 126 trades today in STGG. Clearly a pump. Yeah, that was clearly a pump, man. Come on, man. Y'all can't be getting fooled by these things. Yeah, clearly a pump. But, man, look, shout out to everybody who's involved. That's probably up huge, though, man. I mean, you know there's got to be somebody who bought yesterday who's looking at their money like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? That was a life changer for somebody. It was a life changer for somebody. I'm going to let the kids clap for you, man. I'm going to let the kids clap for you, man. You know, give me a round of applause for you, too, man. You know, I'll give you that, man. Yeah, they made a killing, bro. They made a killing. Somebody made some money. Somebody made some money, but, you know, look. Promoting isn't easy. Promoting isn't easy. You know, not everybody wins. A lot of people lose. It's hard to sleep at night. Thinking one day the FBI is going to be at your door. But it's very lucrative. I would say that very, very, very lucrative. If you have a heart of stone for the emails that you will get from people who, you know, will tell you that they lost everything because they were dumb enough to put every dollar they had and what you were trying to do, and you can read an email like that and have no feelings for that person. Maybe that's something you should look into, man. Maybe that's something you should look into. He said, will it have a second day? That's hilarious. Yeah, let me give him the supreme victory. That's true. That is a supreme victory, man. I'll give that, you know.
Supreme victory.
That is that's really a flawless victory, actually. Do I still have the flawless victory? I don't know if I still have the flawless victory. I don't know if I have the flawless victory. Flawless. No, I don't think I have the flawless victory. I gotta download that again. I wiped my drive recently, but yeah, that's really a flawless victory because he probably made enough money for the whole damn 2018. But now he's got to find somebody to sell that to. That's the one thing about buying some of these shells and flipping the shell, because he basically flipped the shell. That's basically what that is. It's a shell company. He's probably got an email list. You know, he's got an email list that he sent out an email, you know, probably, you know, only 126 trades, so he's probably got, you know, 3,000 to 4,000 people, maybe, you know, 3,000 to 4,000 people, because you're going to get about 10% who going to buy, and, you know, and that's what it is. That's what it is. If you got an email list about 20,000 people, 10% will actually trade. So yeah, when you send these emails, when guys send these emails, 50,000 people, 60,000 people, only 10% will actually buy. The other people will open up the email, look at it, and watch it. Now, if it does something like this, the promoter will send another email the next day, and the people who didn't buy the first day typically are your second day buyers. But the first day buyers are up so big, they tend to sell their entire positions out. So they tend to end up overwhelming any kind of second day buying activity, because the second day buyers, they're not going in big. They're not going in all in. You know what I'm saying? They just want to get started in the trade too. But they're overwhelmed by the sellers who got in the first day and got at least something to make up for it. It's a real complicated little game, man. It's a real complicated little game. Oh yeah, these are huge bag holders in that stock. I mean, somebody's going to be a bag holder. There's always got to be one. Every stock, there's got to be one. Look, if everybody sold at the same time, the stock will go to zero. So every stock that sells off has to have, it requires the stock have a bag holder. Somebody or a group of people or a number of traders to end up with shares that aren't even worth the paper they're printed on. Well, I mean, nobody gets papers, shares anymore, but yeah. Yes, indeed. Andrew said they call it a crash. Yeah, that would be a crash. Everybody sells at the same time. But these moves where it's like 30%, 20%, 25%, that's a significant amount, but that's a lot of people who were just caught flat-footed and didn't sell, and now they've got some worthless shares. All right. PSX said you were a bag holder in that one. Yeah, man, that ain't coming back. That ain't going back to 12 anytime soon. I'll tell you that right now. That ain't going back to 12 anytime soon. Low float stock, but yeah, that ain't coming back anytime soon. Yeah. That one is gone. That one is gone. Let me see. In fact, when we talk about losers, what was the biggest loser today on the market? FCSC, Fibrocell Sciences. Look at that. Look at that stock. Looks like there's probably, what happened here? Looks like it was a biotech, so something happened. Oh no, this is a public offering. It sold off on an offering. The stock sold off on an offering. I actually like that. Fibrocell International Gene Company focused transitional issued pricing today on the offering. Okay. Damn. This actually might not be too bad here, man. I would watch this. I would watch this. I'd watch just to see what happens, man. Just to see what happens on that one. I'd watch that. In fact, I'm putting in an alert right now. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't doing very well. It wasn't doing very well, but now it's created a gap for itself. Yeah, dip buy possible. Very much so, SC Trucker. It's a dip buy opportunity, Greed is greed. And at 68 cents, we'll see what and how the market responds to it over the next coming days. We'll see. Could go lower and it could bounce, but now trading at 19 on the RSI right now. Fibrocell. Let's see some others. Other than that, we didn't get any crashes today. I mean, that was the 31% was the lowest one. Let me see yesterday. Did we see any recovery? So we had a couple yesterday that crashed. BIOC. Hold on. It's saying it was at 35%. I'm not seeing that though. This was yesterday. I don't know what TradingView is telling me here. CUR. We saw CUR sell off really aggressively yesterday. Then you actually had dip buyers come in today. Buyers and sellers going against each other there on CUR. That's an interesting move. We already talked about DPW. VHI. Look at that. Beautiful dip buy opportunity. VHI. Didn't even go oversold. Didn't even get oversold. So, looks like this was a missed opportunity. We didn't pull this chart up yesterday. I'm going to start pulling these, doing this again, where we just kind of pull up some of these losers. I got to get back to that. Let's see. This is a missed opportunity here. You got a lot of, this is a nice candlestick. Not too many, this is fully committed buying here. Let's see VHI. Again, not the greatest volume in the world, but as you can see here, the move was pretty much in the morning. And, yeah, these buyers were fully committed. And no real, nice move on VHI. Looks like that's a missed opportunity there. Could it get back to where it was? Maybe, but the opportunity to get in was at the fives. I mean, obviously it was in the fives. What other ones here? CHKE. CHKE. All right, CHKE still in the lows. But as you can see here, not low enough for me. Very bearish. Oh, God, this thing has been ugly. Woo! Boy, it's been a loser all year. Look at that shit, man. But, look, advertising, marketing, obviously they, those companies aren't needed as many companies move into social media. And who needs to hire a marketing agency when, you can go to some of these social media platforms and it doesn't take a genius to put the word out of your business. All right, what else was a big loser these last 2 days? NSPR. NSPR is oversold. NSPR is one that I talked about. I think this company is going bankrupt. They haven't said it yet, but I this is more of a bankruptcy risk than a dip buy, in my opinion. They came out the other day and talked about the recapitalization. That was this day on the 4th. As you can see here, there wasn't a second day. It was an attempt. It was an attempt, but overwhelmed by sellers. It's gone lower. Another doji candlestick here. So there are people trying. There are people trying. And this NSPR, although the company will probably end up going broke or whatever it is, they're buyers. They're buyers. We'll see if they can overwhelm the selling going into next week. All right, but they're playing with fire here. They really are. Our old friend HMNY had a tough day yesterday. Nobody brought that up here on the show, but Green Day today up 7%. HMNY. It's an old friend of ours. Boy, I would have loved this to go into oversold territory here on HMNY. I would have loved it to go into oversold sub 30s. Because let me tell you, you got shorts in here. You got shorts in here. It's $8.30. There's still a lot of meat on this bone. There are people in here who think they can get it down to the 2s and the 3s. And what this could really use is a few fat cats coming in here and buying 100K, 200K, 300K at a time, and that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful because that could send this stock maybe touching going back up to 14 on guys covering. All right. You said HMNY is done? Yeah, possibly. It possibly is done. It's an interesting. This is a spinning, beautiful spinning top candlestick. So, we got to get bullish confirmation to verify that this could be another attempt to go higher. So Monday is going to be a very interesting day for HMNY because this can go either way when you give that spinning top candlestick. It can go either way. Said Bitcoin is correcting. Where are we at on Bitcoin? All right, we're about to hit my. Hold on, man. You know what? I'm about to go in and change this order, bro. Because this shit might be going a lot lower. No, 15,700. I'm telling you, my 15,700, man. We're at 15,900. Hold on, man. I'm a little off the line here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm a little off the line. There we go. I'm close. They're close, but not cigar. But I was a little bit off. I'm telling you right now, man. We got to hold 15.7. It's holding right now. Let me see. I ain't gonna sit here and watch it all night with you guys because that shit, like I said, that shit is addicting as hell. What exchange are you guys looking at? I'm looking at 15.3s, 15.4s. Yeah, I cancel it. Let me get out of here because this shit might be going a little lower. Hold on. I hate the fact that you can't go to the short side on it. But then again, I probably wouldn't want to. Live on Stock Twits? Okay. I don't know why Stock Twits is saying 15.4. I'm seeing 16, and even on the platform, I'm saying 16. Hold on, man. Yeah. But all right, guys, I'm not going to keep you up all night. It's been a great show, great week overall. It's been a great week overall. Does anybody else turn off the two-factor verification? I'm a little paranoid about the two-factor about, letting them not do it for 30 days. Just because I feel like somebody can like take over your computer and like fucking put in orders for you and shit. So I'm cool with them sending me the text, and having to put that in. I know a lot of guys who just don't like that shit, but I'm cool with that because I feel like if I just put it in, somebody just hacks your computer and shit. And next thing you know, yeah. So 1590, man. 1590, 15,940. Yeah, we never touched my almost though. Almost. I was close. But yeah, I canceled that shit, man. It's about to turn around soon here. Let me see but as soon as I get, I don't like the 2 minutes, the 3 minute candlesticks. I'm looking for a solid candlestick on the hourly to say we're going in a different direction. Because all that noise is just, man, will fuck you ass up, man. Thank you, Silver Body Ounce. Appreciate it, man. You said, why does BTX on Stock Twits I don't know why Stock Twits has a different price. That's what I'm thinking. Is Stock Twits delayed or something? Stock Twits is delayed because I'm looking at 15.9, bro, here on GDAX. And, the spread, that's what I'm saying, dude. When you want to buy Bitcoin, buy it from GDAX. Fuck Coinbase. Don't tell the beginner to go to GDAX because they're going to get all confused. Let them start off at Coinbase. But once they figure it out, they want to start eventually when you want to buy any crypto. Well, not any, but either Bitcoin, Litecoin, or LTH, go through GDAX. So much cheaper. I wish somebody in here had told me that. It's so much cheaper. All right. I know some of you guys want to see these moves. I don't know how you trade on these little 2 minute. on these little 2-minute on Bitcoin, man. It's scary as hell on these 2-minute charts. I know people who you go into these chat rooms, people swear by the 2-minute charts, and the 30-minute. Here's the 30-minute. Okay, look, like 30-minute, we just hit the bottom on the 30-minute. All right. Yeah, see, I feel like the signals aren't as clear on the 30-minute. I don't know. I just feel like the hourly, the signals are so much clearer. Yeah, Coinbase owns GDAX. You're right. Coinbase owns GDAX. All right, here's the daily again. Again, I'm loving Bollinger Bands. I just think Bollinger Bands is, so accurate on Bitcoin. I think we got to get underneath these bands. Once we get back underneath the bands, then it's going back up again. And then let's go to an hourly. So the hourly, I might as well take that out because I think we're going to touch that bottom here. We could be going back to 14.9, bro. Oh yes, there it is. We passed my 15.7. I might as well get rid of that, bro. We might be going all the way back to this 14.9 here, man. See, you see why I trade the hourly, man? Just, oh man. Yeah, we're pulling back, bro. You said the rug will be pulled out for some of that shit crumbing out. You said GDAX is free if you lose limit orders? Really? $1,300 is a buy? Hell yeah, $1,300 is a buy, bro. Fuck yeah, $1,300. But that would be a painful sell-off, man. But we got, but I told you guys, I mean, that'll be the time to buy, is when it's painful, man. When it's blood in the streets. I'm loving what's going on right now because, this is what, let me see here. I don't hold on, bro, because I don't see a pullback. When I look at this hourly chart, I don't see a pullback this strong. Okay, yeah, that until you go back to September. Okay, so no, that's actually November. My bad, November. All right, so we've seen this before. We've seen it before. I'm going back to November, top of the Bollinger, all the way to the bottom. Okay. So yeah, we've seen this before. We've seen this before. All right, so let's get back to the bottom of the Bollinger then. I'm cool with that. What is that? 14. What's the bottom there? 14. 14.9. 14.9.8. Okay. 14.9s. 14.9s? Would you guys buy 14.9s? Yeah, I really should be buying. I really should be buying more Litecoin, but dude, the percentage gains on Bitcoin just they make you sleep on Litecoin. You know what I'm saying? The percentage gains that you get on $5,000 on Bitcoin is just it doesn't even really make sense for you to go out and get the Litecoins. The percentage gains on a daily, it's just not there, man. When you play Litecoin on a daily basis, that's my problem with Ethereum and Litecoin. They just, yes, you can afford to buy the whole coin, but dude, when you have partial parts of Bitcoin and they're outperforming, the full coin that you own, come on, man. It's like, why dump more money into it? Take care, Joel Kraft. Thank you for watching, man. $14.9. Let me see StockTwits. You saying it's on StockTwits? StockTwits has got to be using a different source, bro, because I can't go by StockTwits. I can't go by StockTwits because, I mean, when I'm on the GDAX platform, I got to go by what GDAX is buying and selling at. You know? So, StockTwits is using something else. Banks issue last-minute warning about Bitcoin futures. Ask regulators for... Oh, okay. So these banks are getting involved. They're sending out them hater emails, huh? Let me see what the banks just released on Bitcoin. Let me see what the banks just released on Bitcoin. Yeah, here's what it's the banks issue last minute warning about risk of Bitcoin futures. Banks demand regulators to review. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Bitcoin about to put these banks out of business, and they know it, man. They know it. Let me send you guys. Is there an article about this on Zero Hedge? Let me see. Let me see if I can find a Google article I can share with you guys before we get out of here. Banks demand review on Bitcoin futures. I knew these banks would be, man. There it is right here. Wall Street banks revolt against Bitcoin futures contracts launch. Yeah. Look at that shit. In a draft letter from the Futures Industry Association, the industry lobby group, whose members include banks such as JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, these banks wrote to the SFTC that the implementation of Bitcoin futures contract, quote, did not allow for proper public transparency and input. See? These banks are scared, man. Let me share this link with you guys, man. They scared, man. Yo, bro, but we really... Yeah. Now all of a sudden the same banks that created the 2007, 2006 crisis, now they're coming out telling us they care about transparency and customer input. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. You guys see this crock of shit? Come on, man. You think these companies, JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo, they don't give a fuck about what you think about it? A goddamn thing. They want to continue to maintain the international monetary system that has done nothing but oppress people globally. Bitcoin is an amazing technology that allows somebody from India to send me $1 Bitcoin, $500 worth of Bitcoin, whatever it is, for practically nothing, with nobody's authority and nobody to approve it, nothing. Do you know what that means for the international monetary system? Do you know what it means when an entire nation can say, you know what, fuck this, federal, this fake ass money made from some Switzerland or some shit. I'm going to do business on Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how that radically changes our global, not only economic system, but our political systems as well? This is a game changer, folks. Yo, this is really selling off right now, man. I'm glad I'm live and we're watching this together, but goddamn. Hold on, man. Let me fix my shit. Yo, this is really selling off right now, man. Hold on. Here's the 5 minute. What the hell is going on? Yeah, I mean, we've been here before, though. I mean, it's not like we're at new lows. You know, we were here. All right, we got some dip buy opportunities coming up here. This was yesterday. Shit. 15-1. Okay, we got some dip buy opportunities coming up here. Dude, if we break this low though, dude, we're really, hold on, man. When were we 12? Okay, so all right, I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking, but it's just really interesting to watch. Nobody's panicking over here, but this is just interesting to watch. Um, 15.96. Okay, looks like we're getting some buyers in here. 15.379. All right. You said you believe it's China all over again, just another orchestrated takedown to load up. 1%ers are not playing. Yeah, SC Trucker, you're absolutely right. These 1%ers are not fucking around, bro. But it's up to us to fight back. It's up to us to fight back. Silverbond, you said we're delayed. I don't think we're delayed, man. I'm watching the market. I'm watching GDAX. This is GDAX. GDAX is 15,342. This is the live market price from Coinbase. Let me see. Let me look. Am I getting a different price if I go to Bittrex? Hold on. Is Bittrex giving a different price? What are Bitfinex? Bitfinex? Oh yeah, Bitfinex is at 14.1. Oh, what the fuck? Bitfinex is at 14.1. That's almost 1,200 down. Is that right? The fuck? All these exchanges with different prices and shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bitfinex is at 14.1. All right, man. Okay. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Damn. Oh shit. Okay. This thing's going lower, man. We thought we were gonna hold those 15 fours. Now we're at 15 twos. We're gonna break that low. We're gonna break that low. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm losing it. Let me. We're gonna break that low. Let me zoom in. We're gonna break that low, but it's not. I wouldn't say. I mean, it's a couple days, man. It's a couple days loss. This is not big. It's not a big deal. We gonna come back. They said a setback is an opportunity for a greater comeback. Man, y'all need to stop playing like, man, this ain't gonna be back over 20,000. by Monday. I'm just looking for a nice entry here, man. Give me an entry. I thought it was 15.7. I would have lost my ass. Shout out to the people in the chat room. Boy, GDAX is popping right now. Look at that. The spread is getting wide though. Spread is okay now. It's getting tight again. Spread is getting a little crazy now. All right, guys are getting a little scared. The pressure is definitely on the sell side, man. There's a lot of pressure on the sell side. Shit. Yeah, I mean, where's the bottom though, man? That's what I need to know. I need to know where the bottom is. We're starting. I mean, we're starting to get some buyers in here. There we go. Let's see if we can hold these lows. Going back to 11.55. It's not a multiple day hold or anything like that. This is the same. This is yesterday. This is yesterday at noon. So we haven't really lost anything. I mean, look at that. There go the dip buyers. But we'll see, man. As somebody in the chat room mentioned, the 1%, the 1% of this world, man, that is controlled banking, in our lives, bro, in your life, in my life, from birth, from hundreds of years, they're not going to let go so easily. But we got to fight, man. So if you love Bitcoin as much as I do, you got to find an outlet, whether it's YouTube or maybe just telling somebody else to get involved and get into some of this Bitcoin. And for the most part, everybody's doing a great job of that, getting so many people hyped up. I mean, I know on my personal Facebook, people that I know never talk about money or investing. They're talking about Bitcoin, man. I mean, people who I thought were clowns since high school, and I'm seeing them posting about high school. I mean, not about high school, about Bitcoin. Like, God damn, motherfucker, you're a clown, and you're talking about making money in Bitcoin? I'm excited about that because somebody gave that guy the red pill. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gave that guy the red pill. Because I'm telling you right now, man, these guys, SC Trucker, you're right, man. They're not going to leave quietly. There you go. See that dip buy? Look at the dip buyers, man. Look at the dip buyers coming in to save the day. There it is. I should have some cowboy music right now. Them Western shows where the cowboys come in to save the day. The name. Let me see. Do I have any? I don't have any cowboy music. No, let me not get my video flagged. I gotta find some though. That would have been great to play at that time. But shout out to the dip buyers who came in. Oh shit! Oh, look at that. See, so I don't fuck with the 5-minute chart, man. Oh man. See, that's why I don't fuck with these low time frames, man. See, got me excited and all the way. Look at that. We're already fucking losing our ass. Oh man. Oh man. But no, literally, that's just riding up and down, folks. It's just all noise. It's just all noise. At the greater scheme of things, guys, man, look, as we just read, and I shared that article with you guys, look, that's JP Morgan Chase. And they create these industry lobby groups. Look, the Futures Industry Association, a lobby group whose members include J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs. These are the, A very underrated president. Yes, I'm going to say it. Underrated. George W. Bush. Because he was funny as hell. These are what he would call, well, he probably wouldn't call it, but I would use his word, the evildoers. These are the fucking evildoers, my man. You know what I'm saying? These are the fucking evildoers. Shout out to my man George W. Bush, man. Giving, you know, you can say what you want about that guy. Everybody got a crib under his presidency. If you had a heartbeat, you got a crib. You got a place to live. I never seen so many happy people than I saw when George Bush was president, man. Motherfuckers had 2-3 houses. You know, I saw more real estate investors pop up out of nowhere than I ever seen in my goddamn life. Everybody was a damn real estate investor. You know, I just remember being in school like, God damn, this guy's got 3-4 properties. You know, everybody was just, that was a crazy time, man. Yeah. I fucks with George W. Bush, man. I fucks with him. All right. So let me get out of here, man. Let me get out of here because we're just going to go through it. But in a couple hours, the Asians are going to come online and they're going to save us. What time is it right now in Beijing? Time in Beijing. What time is it in Beijing? Oh, damn. Okay. It's actually been 1 in the afternoon in Beijing. All right. So they've been trading. What the fuck? Come on. Jung Chung Ling, what you doing, man? Shit. All right. Hold on. Time in England. What time is it in England right now? All right, so it's 5 in the morning in England. All right, we're gonna let the Europeans save us out of this mess. In a couple hours, the Europeans are gonna wake up and get it popping. We're gonna let the Europeans get it popping, man. Said Bush is the worst ever. Yeah. Katrina was some fucked up shit, man. Usi Gucci Salucci. He said Dick Cheney was a dick. Yeah, man. But no, I mean, dude, looking back on Bush, though, I mean, besides the whole Iraq war thing, that was some fucked up shit. That was really some fucked up shit. But I'm talking domestic. I'm talking domestic, man. And I'm not getting into the whole war, and I'm talking domestic. Domestic, it was cool. Domestic, it was pretty cool. Now, toward the end, you know, it was some real fucked up shit, you know, with the mortgage crisis and shit. I'm just talking about, you know, day-to-day and shit like that. And I remember the Patriot Act, all that. You guys remember the Patriot Act? Oh, my God. Oh, dude, we were in school. It's Patriot Act, Patriot Act, Patriot Act, Patriot Act. Katrina was some fucked up shit. Yeah, Katrina was some fucked up shit. Yeah, Katrina was some fucked up shit. 9/11, I don't remember. I mean, I remember 9/11, but I don't remember 9/11. But Katrina was some real fucked up shit. But, yeah, man, I mean, you know, looking back in hindsight on George W. Bush, I mean, he was all right. He was all right. Yeah, neocons. Yeah, the neocons. Neocons. There was all kind of words that came out of the Bush administration, man. Neocons. What happened to the neocons? The neocons have pretty much been taken over by, what's this word? They call people who support Trump. It starts with a D or something like that. What's that word? They're so proud of it too. I forgot what the word is, man. Man, what is that? Do y'all know what the word is? Disputable, disruptible, some shit like that. Deplorables. There we go. Deplorables. But no, neocons were like, there's got to be a word. Yeah, Trump doesn't have a word yet. He doesn't have a word for his like team yet. Because you got to remember, the neocons were behind George W. Bush. So George W. Bush wasn't a neocon. The people behind him were called neocons. You know, not necessarily the supporters, but like his team, the people who are on the staff, the council behind him and shit. Those were the neocons. But Trump doesn't have, there's no word for those, for his peoples, man, because he's just such a figure, such a bigger than life figure. Then he's just got nobody on his team that's on that level. You know, Dick Cheney was like on the same level with George W. Bush. You know, a lot of people, if you remember, the talk was that a lot of those guys were the same guy. You guys remember you remember that talk when people used to say Dick Cheney was the president? You know, that George W. Bush was just there. He said Dick Cheney was a nightmare. He's still alive, right? I haven't seen Dick Cheney on TV in a minute, man. I know they're all getting old now. How old is he now? 76? I haven't seen Dick Cheney on TV in a while. It'd be interesting to see what he thinks about everything that's going on. You know, these guys, they leave and they just kind of disappear. Oh, you know another interesting guy? Donald Rumsfeld. You guys remember Donald Rumsfeld? He was interesting. Donald Rumsfeld. Oh, man. All these names. Used to hear him on TV all the time, bro. Donald Rumsfeld, Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell. Who are some names we forgot? We got know the Bush administration had a lot of people. Donald Rumsfeld. Who are some names that I remember? I remember John Ashcroft. Yeah, I remember John Ashcroft. Who else do I remember? Karl Rove. Oh, shit. Karl Rove. That was another one. You guys remember Karl Rove? Bald-headed Karl Rove? With his bald-head ass. He was another guy who was like supposedly like super evil and shit like that. He was another guy who was supposed to be super evil. Who else? Paul Wolfowitz. I remember that guy too. So yeah, there were a few people, man, that, you know, now they've like disappeared, but they're all alive. I mean, they're all alive. Donald Rumsfeld, he's 85, but he's still alive. I haven't seen him on TV in a minute. It looks like he was on recently. Donald Rumsfeld. Looks like he was on Fox News recently. Paul Wolfowitz, he's still alive. He's 73. Colin Powell. Colin Powell could have been the president of the United States after the Gulf War. But he was confused. Colin Powell was confused about whether or not he was a Democrat or Republican. I've written some papers on Colin Powell over my life for different classes and shit, because I had a lot of respect for him, and he never knew what he was. He didn't know if he was a Democrat, if he was a Republican, and he has like a weird kind of background because his parents were Jamaican, so, you know, there were people who were saying like he wasn't really black, and it was just really it was some really confused ass shit. Yeah. Janet Reno, Janet Reno, I remember Janet Reno. She was another Bush administration. This poor man, what was that guy under George W. Bush? His the money guy. What's the guy's name with the glasses? The money guy. Old guy. He's been there for like 4 or 5 presidents. He's gone now, but They try to put him on TV, and I feel so bad for him because I can tell he can't hear. He's still smart. He's still very incredibly intelligent. But you can tell he's getting older, and he's like, but they keep putting this poor man on TV. Yeah, Alan Greenspan. There we go. He said Warren Greenspan. Yeah, Alan Greenspan. Alan Greenspan. There it is. Alan Greenspan. That guy's like, I get scared when I see him on TV because he looks like he's legit about to die. Every time he's on TV, he legit looks like he's about to die. Leave that old man alone. Alan Greenspan. How old is Alan Greenspan? 91. Yeah, he's 91 years old, man. 91 years old. Congrats to him, man. He's a player, too. He just got remarried in 97. All right, that's what's up. Guy got remarried at like 70 years old. What was that? Yeah, about 30, or actually about 60, in his 60s. All right, so what else? I'm thinking there's some. Why I feel like I'm missing one person. Yeah, that whole Iraq war fucked him up. Weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, I remember weapons of mass destruction. WMDs. We got to find the WMDs. But look, everybody believed it, bro. Everybody believed it. You couldn't tell, you couldn't speak out against it, man. I mean, 9/11 was the rallying call, bro. I mean, what can you say? Have you guys seen that preview for that movie about those SEAL teams that went to Iraq? Have you guys seen that new preview to that movie? And like in it, they're all like 9/11 obsessed. And it's a really cool look into like what everybody's mindset was then, Yeah, we got to get them back for 9/11. We got to get them back for 9/11. That's what the mindset was. He said the government did the propaganda action. That was the mindset, man. Everybody was on that shit, man. You couldn't say anything about it. But slowly after, I think it would have to be like about a year after 9/11. That's when like the whole 9/11 truther community really started to come out. About a year or so later. Because I remember hearing about 2002, 2003. That's when I started hearing those kind of like, yeah, the government took it down. And then when we went into Iraq, and shit wasn't really going right and we never found the weapons, that's when it just went boom. And that truther stuff really got hot. Yeah. There was a OTC stock. When I first got into it, I had heard about it, right? I had heard about weapons and the OTC markets and stuff, but my mind just wasn't there on trading. In fact, if you go to OTC markets right now, and you can look this up, I swear to God, this was a stock that traded at one time. In fact, you can still pull up the ticker, I think. HSCC. HSCC is still trading. This company, can I go back and look at the chart back then? Let's see, can I go back far? There we go. This is 2014. No, it looks like I can't go back too far. Can I go back to like 2007? Here's 2009. Yeah, they're called Homeland Security Corporation. This was a huge pump. Look at the volume. This was a huge pump. 2006. Is this 2006? Yeah, I'm 2006 now. This company right here was a huge pump. Again, knew of trade, but my mind just wasn't there. It wasn't there. And in later years, I found out about this company, Homeland Security Corporation. And they were basically what DTII is now. I mean, one of those, phony ass Homeland Security plays, TSA type of play. And they still trade. And you can buy their stock. I don't know how in the world this hasn't been frozen and erased. They have a small fucking float, so somebody can pump the shit out of this right now. Well, this probably isn't the time for it. But yeah, it's called Homeland Security Corporation. Homeland Security Corporation. Halliburton, yeah, I remember Halliburton. I remember Blackwater. Do you guys remember Blackwater? I remember Blackwater. Yeah, man, that presidency just brought a lot of new things out, man. That was the first time I ever heard about an adjustable rate mortgage. Although it seems like that had been around since the 60s, but that was the first time I ever heard about an adjustable rate mortgage. Was during the Bush administration. That was the first time I learned about a lot of real estate things, about whole, flipping, and, that's when guys really got into the flipping thing. Because if you remember, there were like a ton of flipping shows. There were a ton of flipping shows during that time. And I remember them being a lot of like little courses where guys like, come on, learn how to trade real estate at the something something hotel and get 2 tickets free and learn how to flip real estate and become a real estate millionaire. There was a whole lot of that shit at the time, man. Yeah. There was a whole lot of that shit going on. Yeah, it was, damn, I mean, it's a 3-hour show, shit. 1 more minute to midnight. I'm going to get off out of here. I'm surprised, 75 people in here, shit. I remember we used to go this long and we get to a point where we had like 33. But anyway, man, if you're not on crypto, look, you need to get on cryptocurrencies, man. It's been really an exciting little few weeks for me in cryptocurrencies. I'm excited now. I get to talk about both of them. It's pulling back now, so this is actually a great time to want to possibly get in. Yeah, we're back to the 16, so we just gained $1,000 out of nowhere. Look at that. We just gained $1,000 from those 15 twos. And again, this is me using Coinbase or GDEX. Other guys got different prices. So I can see now when guys are talking about, hey, we need some supervision and all that other crap. I don't fuck with that idea at all. I would love to have it if we get the price right. Now that I've recognized how it could really fuck your money up. I mean, you got people who are buying it for 14, some buying it for 16. So it's some funny ass shit going on. But I don't want to deal with, the federal government, man. Fuck them, bro. They've been fucking us for too long. For too long, man. Because next thing you know, they're going to bring rules, and you can only trade 5 times or 3 times. You can only do this much. We're only going to allow it to trade from 8 to 4. We're only... Fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. So, those of you guys who, are close to the power structure, because who knows who, what, and where in here. Because I'm sure some of you guys in here may have somebody who works at one of these banks, or you got a neighbor or something like that. Man, let your voices be heard, man. We don't want these motherfuckers in the game, man. Either you're going to play by our rules or just go the fuck away, Go the fuck away. So they said bet by tomorrow night it'd be up to 20K. I know. I'm looking at the stock. I'm looking if I should make a trade or not. Shit. I'm looking at it, but I'm. It's still kind of early, man. Because let's go to the. All right. So we look at the hourly. As we said, we bounced off the bottom. We got there one time, but we'll see. We'll see what the next candlestick is. And we'll see what the next candlestick is. But I'm not going to be sitting here until waiting for that happens. We'll just continue to look forward to 20,000. Look forward to Bitcoin 20,000. All right. And as I said, guys, use the Bollinger Bands. I love Bollinger Bands on cryptocurrencies. I think they work really, really good, preferably on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin fighting getting back underneath here, but we got to get back underneath here so we can be healthy again on this. But look, we have even on the equity side, you do have, stocks that ride the top of the Bollinger Bands. We have stocks that ride the top of the Bollinger Bands. If you remember, HMNY did that on that run higher. HMNY, and I'm not going to compare Bitcoin to HMNY, but I'm just per se. If we remember HMNY, it rolled it up higher, and eventually came back below it and then rode it higher. So we have stocks that do that too. All right, but eventually, the correction is a bitch. That correction is a bitch. It could be happening right now. We just maybe don't see it just yet. We'll see what tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow's another day. All right, guys, I know some of you got to go to work. I'm out of here. Let me go ahead and ring the bell. And get you guys out of here. Appreciate you for watching. As always. We wrapped up the week. It's a long-ass show. I know I'm going to get complaints that it was so long. It is what it is. We wrapped up the week real good today, I think. Few good stocks to look forward to. We talked about them all. Shippers. Few oversold stocks. Good stuff, man. Yes, indeed. Appreciate it, Londell Carter, Gucci, and Bullard. Shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Looking to learn how to trade? Check out Tim Sykes in the link below in the description. Visit my website, advancedequityresearch.com. Y'all know what it is, man. See you next week, same time, same place. Did my Saints win tonight? I started the show, I didn't pay attention. Did my Saints win? Fuck! What happened? 3-7-7. Damn, they came back and won in the fourth quarter? God damn. How they let them get 10 points in the fourth quarter? Ah, fuck. Hey, it is what it is. Falcons won, yeah. Well, I'm glad I didn't get a chance to bet on it. See, we can't bet on games. I would have loved to have been bet on that game. Oh, I would have lost my ass, though. All right, guys. Till next time, take care, everyone. Deuces.